Our YouTube live is successful. I am sharing the link with participants on WhatsApp and Telegram. Happy to announce you that our chairman of this session has joined in our Zoom meeting room. We will start the session within 1 more minute.
सर आवाज येतोय का आता माझा?
हो 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 मॅडम, एकदम व्यवस्थित.
हा, तुम्ही अनाउन्स करणार ना कोण कोण प्रेझेंट करताय ते?
यस यस.
हा, म्हणजे मग मी म्यूट करून घेईन.
या.
हा, जेव्हा फक्त काही असेल तेव्हा मी अनम्यूट करून घेईन. व्हिडिओ आणि हे मी दोन्ही आता म्यूट करून घेते. माझा म्यूट आणि व्हिडिओ करून घेते. हा,
थँक्यू. Thank you. It's 2 o'clock right now. Let me share my PPT again.
Hello.
Let me share my PPT. Don't unmute yourself until a very good afternoon to one and all. As you know, this is Multidisciplinary National E-Conference organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell of KVP Sanstha's SPDM Arts Commerce Science College, Shirpur, on this emerging topic, impact of COVID-19 on business, humanities and society. Organized in the memory of our beloved principal, late Dr. Vijay Rao Rande, on 68th birth anniversary. He is always a role model for us and we trying to follow the path which he guided to us. Welcome once again in this second session. myself, Dr. Dinesh Bakkad, convener, anchor and host for this e-conference. Participants, we have inaugurated this conference in this morning by Honorable Dr. Satish Ji Deshpande in the chairmanship of our principal with two keynote speech. Our first session was successful and Professor A.P. Sarode sir handled the session as chairman. Now we gathered here for second session. So my special welcome to chairman of this technical session, Professor Dr. Shubha Kulkarni Madam, who present live with us. Let me brief you about Professor Dr. Shubha Kulkarni Madam before starting this session. Madam has Professor in Commerce Management at KCE's Institute of Management and Research, Jalgaon, a versatile academician with 35 years of rich teaching experience and administration. Madam is presently chairperson of Board of Studies in Business Economics and Banking under the Faculty of Commerce and Management of KBC North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. Madam has attended more than 100 national international conferences, seminars, workshops on management related theme and presented papers. There were 50 research papers published in reputed journals, books, proceedings, etc. in her credit. Madam is a soft skill trainer and motivational speaker and always ready for this kind of academic deliberations and academic events. Madam is also member of many national and international bodies as well as worked on committees of our university many times. She has also awarded as winner Sakal Best Secretary of Zone 2012-13 Rotary District 3030, winner Outstanding Teacher Award Rotary Club Chalisgaon March 2015, winner Rotary Excellence Award President Include Jalgaon March 2017 and National Builder Award by Rotary Club Jalgaon in 2019. I sincerely thanks to Professor Dr. Kulkarni Madam for accepting our invitation and judging the session. The list of best presentation award will be declared after conclusion of the conference. Madam, you can say a few words and then we can start the session. As you said. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Dr. Dinesh Bakkad, convener, and dear participants. COVID has taught us many things, and one very important change is from conferences, we have shifted to e-conferences. And that is why we are here today from different parts of the nation. Many aspects have changed. Technology has become a very important factor in shaping our daily lives. And 2020, which Kalam felt will make India superpower, actually became nightmare for the entire world because of COVID. But 2021 is a new year. Vaccine is now available and possibly we have solution to the problem. And so let us hope that the new year brings good news to everybody and the learnings of last 9 months help us to become better academician, better researcher, and most importantly, better individuals, better persons. I thank organizers for giving me this opportunity to learn from all of you, because every researcher has something new to add to the body of knowledge. And so I am looking forward to interesting presentations and new information on different aspects that life after COVID has taught us all. Wish you all Happy New Year and all the best for your presentations. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words. With the permission of chairman, I request all the participants to be ready with your presentation. Write your name properly in Zoom meeting room so I can identify you. Our first presenter, Nilesh Nirgude. I request you, you can share your PPT, you can share your thought as you wish. You can unmute yourself. You are co-host.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes. We can hear you very well.
Sir, I would like to present orally.
No problem. Please continue.
A very good afternoon to all the professor, wonderful teachers, and presenting members. I would like to thank SPDM College and Dr. Bhakkar for providing this wonderful opportunity to present my study. My topic of presentation is employability skills of Indian youth, a study. I would first like to draw attention over the unemployment, unemployability status and skills of Indian youth. According to National Sample Survey Office (NSSO), in 2019, unemployability rate was 6.1%. That was all-time high in last 45 years, which represent a bad picture of unemployment level of Indian youth. But that's not all. According to UNICEF and Global Business Coalition for Education, 54% of South Asian youth will not be employable by year 2030, and 50% of Indian youth are not on the track to have education. Sorry, sir. To have
No
education
problem.
and skills necessary for employment by 2030. My studies mainly focused on engineering sector, so I would be talking about engineering studies only. In the year 2017, total number of engineering colleges were 6,472. And back in year 2003, UN Rao panel already warned the government about excess supply of engineers. That means we have enough quantity of engineers, but the quality, we lack in quality. Because McKinsey, a report by McKinsey in year 2005, only they stated that 25% of Indian engineers were only employable, and the situations were worsened year after year. In year 2019, as a report by Aspiring Minds stated that 95% of engineering graduates are not employable for software related jobs. 37.7% can't write a compilable code, and only 4.7% engineers are capable of writing a correct programmable code. If you talk about new age technologies like artificial intelligence, data engineering, cloud computing, only 10 to 12% of engineers or students have exposure to these technologies, and only 3% of engineers have such new age skills. The reason, as per stated in reports, for this poor employability skills are low exposure to the industry during the college years. 60% of the faculty do not discuss practical application of concepts that are taught in the colleges. Only 36% uh, of the students.
Please express your conclusion.
Yes, my as per the study and references, I can as per my understanding, the conclusion I have made are sorry sir, this is my first presentation actually.
No problem, you have tried very well, no problem.
As per my conclusions, the structure of education and students both lack on their stand. The student most of the times employers ask for fundamentals which are already taught in the colleges, but they are not skilled in the fundamentals also, the students, whereas there is need of structural reforms in educations. As per employers point of view, the uh, as per employers point of view, they need both technical as well as soft skills. They can compromise with technical skills because in during the work session they will be acquired by students, but they prefer soft skills such as interpersonal skills, communication skills, uh, exposure to computer and technological understanding. So that was my conclusion.
Thank you, sir. Next presenter, number second, Shona Solanki. I cannot find you in the Zoom meeting room. Next, Rajesh Kaswan, number third. All presenters are requested to raise their hands in Zoom meeting participant list so that I can easily identify them. Dr. Rajesh Kaswan, Shona Solanki, number second, number third. Now I am moving to number 4, Agasti Lakshman Ware. Sir, you are co-host right now. You can.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You can share your PPT also.
Yes. It's a poster, sir.
Please, sir.
Can you see, sir?
Yes, sir. It is very well visible. Just make it some large. Make it. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yes.
First of all, good afternoon to everybody here. Here, first of all, I would congratulate to the entire organizing team of our this college, okay, as well as Bakkar sir, Dinesh Bakkar sir, for his cooperation, sir, for giving us such a wonderful opportunity to conduct this, that is our research work, or to present this research work in front of the what here research fraternity here. See, the title of my work, okay, it is nothing but it is somewhat scientific related here. Most of the papers since morning, what we have been observed, okay, these papers, those were related with related from different streams here. Okay, my paper here, it is as such related with the work in analytical chemistry here. Okay, basically in analytical chemistry, what is there basically means whenever the patient take any drug there, etc., it is related with pure scientific study there, etc., that is related with the chemistry part here, analytical chemistry part. Okay, basically when the drug enters in our body, after entering in our body in blood, how to quantify the concentration of that drug, that is the one important work. And that work, for doing that work, different analytical methods are used there, etc. Okay, these methods whatever are there, okay, the separate area is available of these particular methods, and that area is called as analytical method development there, etc., and validation there, etc. Okay, if we do anything, whether it is correct or wrong, to check that correctness of that method, we validate that thing. Okay, that is called validation there, etc. Okay, now the purpose of my this particular work is nothing but stability indicating bioanalytical RPHPLC method development and validation for the estimation of valsartan. Okay, valsartan is nothing but it is a one drug which is used in that is hypertension there, etc., to control the hypertension of the patients. Okay, this particular drug can be used there, etc. The name of this drug is valsartan there, etc. This is as abstract of this research work here. The new method what was developed here. Okay, for the estimation of valsartan by RPHPLC. It is a HPLC is the one instrument there, etc., which is used here for development of these particular methods here. As far as the validation is concerned, it is conducted as per ICH guidelines. Okay, for all these things there, etc. And whatever the parameters are seen or observed, all these particular parameters were found. Okay, within limit, whatever the parameters are laid down there by International Conference on Harmonization there, etc. This is the thing here. Then after this, the purpose of the development of this method was there that simple analytical, that is bioanalytical method or method was not in existence there, etc. For that particular purpose, it was essential here to develop the bioanalytical method there, etc. Okay, in India we say that COVID-19 and all these things there, etc., at this particular time the pharma R&D is having the significant role there, etc. Okay, this is the experimental work there, etc. The experimental work is performed in this particular different steps there, etc. Method development for the estimation of uncertain biasing RPHPLC here. The first step in this particular work is nothing but the selection of mobile phase. Okay, this thing will be new for other stream persons here. Okay, but for science, the science oriented persons, they know it very well there. Selection of detection wavelength, selection of column, selection of solvent delivery system, selection of flow rate, selection of column temperature, then selection of diluent, and selection of test concentration and injection volume. This is the spectrum, EV spectrum. EV spectrum showed the lambda max for this particular drug. That is absorption maximum here. Okay, this is the one term in analytical chemistry here. Okay, was found around 247 there as such, the lambda max value for this particular thing there. Then this is a chromatogram there as such, which gives us the idea regarding the retention time of this particular drug here. This is the idea about precision study there as such. Here, precision means the ability of particular any method, any procedure to give the result, same result again and again there as such. It is checked there by determining the various statistical parameters here. Out of these different parameters, okay, the one parameter is there and it is nothing but it is the percentage RSD there as such here, relative standard deviation. If this particular value is below 2, it is acceptable method there as such here. Means precision is also found within limit there as such here. Now after that one, okay, these are the some optimized chromatographic conditions here for determining this particular method here. What is the column? Okay, then mobile phase ratio, flow rate, injection volume is around 20 microliter, column temperature, auto sampler, run time, retention time was found there around 6.3 minute there as such here. Okay, so this is the idea here. Okay, regarding this particular part there as such here. Then after this thing, the next is nothing but it is the recovery study here. This is the accuracy study part there as such. The accuracy limit, it should, one should find it between 98 to 102% there as such. This last parameter is somewhat out of range here. Otherwise, remaining all the things. Okay, if you see here, that particular idea or that thing is nothing but within the limit only here. But the mean recovery is within the limit only here. That is in between 98% to 102%. The observed value is 100.4. It is within the range there as such. The summary, now we will move to the summary and conclusion of this particular research part there as such here. Okay, this is the summary part of our summary and conclusion of this particular research work. For routine analytical purpose, it is desirable to establish methods capable of analyzing huge number of plasma samples in a short time period with good robustness, accuracy, and precision without any prior separation step there. This is the one of the simplified method here as far as observed, okay, in the area of analytical chemistry in pharma industries there as well. Okay, where, okay, which will give,
Sir,
which
come
will
to
save a
conclusion.
lot of evidence here.
Come to
With this, I
conclusion.
conclude my this particular presentation of research, one of the part of research there as well. Okay, that is analytical methodology. Yes, once again, I will thank you to all the organizing committee as well as the management, okay, principal sir, and especially the thanks sir for Bakkar sir, okay, for cooperating us all the time there as such. That is the thing. Yes, thank you sir once again.
Thank you, sir. This is our fourth presenter, Agasti Lakshman Ware. Next, number 5, Dr. Anant Jadhav, sir. You are co-host right now. You can unmute yourself and please start your presentation. No, Anant Jadhav, sir. I think not in, left the meeting due to net connectivity issue. No problem. Let me check the next. Dr. Jitendra Sali, number 7. You have to write your name properly and you have to raise your hand. There is a participant Galaxy J7 Max. So I could not identify you. Please write your name properly. I am calling Dr. Anant Jadhav, Dr. Jitendra Sali, number 7, Aditya Sahu. Lalita Dabade ma'am. And now I am moving to next presenter, number 9, Dr. Vidya Ratan Tikadar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please start your sessions.
Sir, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Very well.
Okay, sir. Good
Dr.
afternoon.
Anant Jadhav sir is also with us. He will present after this. Please continue, Tikadar sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Chairman ma'am, Subhada Kulkarni and convener sir, Dinesh sir. My topic name is predominance of psychosocial depression among rural civilization during the COVID-19 epidemic. From the time when the rise of globalization, the world has become more and more closely connected and people can easily interact among each other with or without facing any serious barriers. And that time it can be said that global pandemic of COVID-19 is not going to end very soon in a moment. The developing country and the third world country like India, governments have taken numerous strategies to discontinue the chain of transmission of COVID-19 epidemic virus. A number of the strategies are being issuing Ministry of Health Department concerning large-scale social distance guidelines in the context of accelerating the handling of COVID-19 cases. This regulation regulates the restrictions that society must comply with it. Among these restrictions include the key concept of controlling school closure, public transport closure, working from home, and so on. The most important thought of the regulation is to minimize the movement of the community people and lessen the movements in the rural segments because the country may be consist of diverse types of rural areas. However, the number of COVID-19 cases and deaths in India has not decreased trends. These have been both beneficial and harmful to the psychological, social, political, and economic sphere as far as the welfare of rural people is concerned. We know the free movement of inhabitants, goods, and services brought about by globalism has stimulated social and economic development, but it has also become a channel for the spread of disease, which, because of the technological development associated with worldwide. My topic objectives The present study has tried to investigate the different objectives, and they are framed as follows. How do the rural people respond to understand the virus? Is there any economic change for COVID-19 pandemic? To assess the impact of COVID-19 on agricultural development in rural society, or is there any COVID-19 impact on the rural people, rural life? And methodology, the study was conducted basically data through offline, generally purposefully and personally with face-to-face survey of people, those who are living in rural areas and who claim to have jobs in residential, government, private sector, and commercial, and who are domiciled throughout West Bengal and other states, especially in agricultural based areas. And also, data was collected, carried out during lockdown period, and this data also testing some statistical tools like uh, t-test and chi-square test. And raise a discussion on the results, it can be seen that workers who are in the age group of 19 to 29 and above 40 years of age have men and female gender dominated workers who have a psychosocial burden. Based on the marital status, the unmarried workers are not worried about these things, but the married workers dominate groups that have a psychological burden. While based on the educational level, the village workers who have secondary and higher secondary education dominates both categories of psychological difficulty. Age is an important factor or characteristics of social status or background of an individual or farmer, where an older age is directly proportional to more life experiences, but the senior workers have less coping mechanism in dealing with uncertain situation during the COVID-19 episode than junior. The role of education is immense in any kind of society. By knowing the level of education, one can judge whether a particular society is advanced or not. In the present study, the levels of education of the workers have been taken into account. It can be said that higher education has a lower probability of experiencing psychosocial burden, and better education is directly proportional to the ability of workers to respond to the COVID-19 epidemic period. Educational factors make a person able to understand information and digest the situation better, so that they are better prepared to deal with uncertain situation during the COVID-19 epidemic. And my conclusion, based on the above results and discussion, the COVID-19 had a physically powerful impact on both developed and developing economies in society, leaving the largest negative effects on production networks, a significant reduction on agricultural activities in rurality, tourism, and industry. It is evident that the worldwide COVID-19 pandemic has become a serious issue or concern not only to the India in Asian countries, but also to the universe in general, because the social characteristics of India and other regions of the world vary extensively, and where the socioeconomic aspects facing the majority of Asian and Africans who are living below the global poverty line. In this content, there may be 60 to 70% of the world's poorest people live, and where the gap between the haves and have nots. Prior to the corona situation, it was thought that the poverty rate among women in South Asia would be 10% in 2021, but it is expected to increase to 13% in the current situation, which is mentioned in Anandabazar Patrika 2020. Although the Asian countries must now fight a common global enemy known as global COVID-19 epidemic, which threats the welfare and prosperity of the rural communities of the continent. In any kind of national and international crisis, it is always the rural poor, less educated workers, and underprivileged citizens in society also suffers psychologically. In this perspective, my opinion is if the corona epidemic is not resolved, economic inequality between men and women will increase. And thank you. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Dinesh sir, for
Thank you, sir.
giving me opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Now I call number 5, Dr. Anant Jadhav, sir, to present their presentation. Sir, you can unmute yourself. You can share your PPT. You are co-host right now. Or you can do your oral presentation. Sir, your net connectivity is...
I'm ready.
Yes, sir, please.
Yes.
I think there is an issue with
Due
you.
to net connectivity, I am unable. Orally, I have. Yes, sir.
No problem, sir. Please continue.
Yes. My topic is the impact of COVID-19 on business, community, and society. As per your view of the conference, sir, the impact of coronavirus, COVID-19 on business, humanity, and society. This study look into the various aspects about how affected and impact on various sector of society. This paper also has an attempt to evaluate the effect on probability of a COVID-19 pandemic has hit the world at a scale and speed. The various sectors are affected by COVID-19. The human cost of the coronavirus is going to be unimaginably high. The world knew of COVID-19 on the basis of world pandemic for the set the impact of entire world. The 21 days lockdown. The term of COVID-19 means coronavirus slipped from China. The effect of the various is likely to be seen long after medical science offers a cure the diseases caused by the new coronavirus. As per the report of the World Health at 2.02% to 4.8% of global. The period of lockdown, the problem arises in the various sectors are blocked. Impact on business and humanity, impact on business, financial impact, trade and marketing impact, agricultural impact, media activities problems, impact on skilled and unskilled worker and laborers, factories standing charges impact. After then, the impact on humanity and society, educational impact on HRM, human resource management,
Sir, your bandwidth is
lockdown of
very slow.
various
Try to continue.
services, cancellation of various cultural events, avoiding local, national, and
I think there is a connectivity issue with Dr. Anand Jadhav, sir. So we will move to the next presenter. Now I am calling number 6, Dr. Jitendra Sali. Please write your name properly in Zoom meeting room, like Galaxy J7 Max is a participant. Please write your name Galaxy J7 Max so that I can identify you. Next presenter, number 8, number 7, number 8, you can see the name on screen. Number 10, Dr. Sudhakar Ingle. Dr. Sudhakar Ingle. Number 11, Sethia Yogesh. You can unmute yourself. You can share your PPT.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to all of you, respected dignitaries and host Dr. Bakkar sir. Today I am presenting here one of the research paper. The title is Impact of Social Media on Tourism Industry Improvement. We know that social media is a very important assignment in, and day by day it is increasing in all over, and its impact is also on all different sectors, including different service sectors like tourism industry. Social, cultural, and economic phenomenon, which is initial movement of people to countries or places outside their usual environment for personal or business and professional purposes. And about the tourism industry is an arrangement to take do good to social media channel as an industry has a long relied for the most part on targets reputation, tourism, opinion, the spread of information and positive word of mouth promotions. Tourism has shown incredible considerable outcome in greater than before rates of visits as well as visitors' happiness. For this research, the need is that right now international and domestic tourism industry make a payment more to India's GDP. India's foreign exchange earning data was reported 58,330 millions in March 2020. From this, in all over the world, social media a crucial role play in all industries, including tourism sector also. Initiate the research study will evaluate how both present and feasible tourists use social media stage to make a travel announcement. For this research, my objective is considered social media approach in tourism industry, monitor the character and collision of social media support move toward in the tourism industry to welcome development in revenues of the tourism industry. These three are my research objectives. For this research, I have used primary as well as secondary data. Primary data is most of the observation and discussion, and different kind of secondary data also used for this research study, like different articles, books, periodicals, etc. And after collecting primary and secondary data, I have analyzed by using different numerical tools. Right now, here I present foreign tourist arrivals in India, and this is a comparative chart. This comparison is between from 2002 to 2019. In 2002, near about 2.38 million foreign tourists arrives in India. As comparatively, it increases every year, and right now in 2019 it is approximately 11 million people regularly arrives in India. This chart shows growth of tourism in India in 2018. In 2018, near about 10.56 million tourists came in India. Then it is annual growth rate is 5.2%. Then Indian national departure from India. Indian peoples are go outside India, and this growth rate is 9.8%. near about 26.30 million tourists are going. Domestic tourists visit to all states and union territories. It is increase rate is near about 12, that is 11.9%. Estimated foreign exchange earning from tourism is increases 9.6%. Then state of India, share of India in international tourist arrivals that is 1.24%. India's rank world tourist arrival is 25th and world tourism receipt is 13th. Then from these observation discussions and different statistical study, I suggest some important encouragement of tourism industry, that is to put into practice social media as in promotion campaign. For we can use a social media as a promotion campaigning tool, generate consciousness regarding a particular destination, modify traditional process encouragement to e-tourism initiative, to obtain the benefit of technological improvement and globalization of social media, to constructing new potential for information sharing among tourists in tourism through different weblogs, websites, destinations, assessment sites, etc. A content chart is necessary to be organized. Additional, the encouragement can be comprehensive by influence interactive videos. From all this study, I conclude that social media a very important responsibility in tourism promotion and smooth progress of the tourism services. Best performance during the response they acquire from tourists, the people via social media. Social media has been universally accredited as a resource advancement tourism ambition and products by popular target promotion organization. These are my references. Thank you. Thank you very much to host and all participants. Thank you.
Now, thank you, Sedia sir. Now, serial number 12, Samir Patil. You can start your presentation,
Yes,
share
sir.
your PPT. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir, please.
Hello?
Yes, sir, continue.
Yeah, I am
You are
audible
very
to
well.
all of you?
Very well, very well. Very well audible.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, screen is leaving to your side.
Press F5. Press F5 to make it large. F5 for full screen. Or just start the slideshow. Yeah. Next. No. Wrong.
Yes, is it okay?
Yeah. Now it is okay.
Is it okay, sir?
Yes, it is okay, sir. Please
Okay.
start.
Shall I start?
Yes, definitely.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Today's my topic is agribusiness intelligence, a conceptual framework for agrobase industries using business intelligent technologies. This is my research area, business intelligence technology. That's why I'm focusing on this topic. Now, what exactly is that? Agribusiness intelligence is a term used for conceptual framework for agro-processing and manufacturing businesses using business intelligent technology. This paper focuses on the conceptual framework with the technology used as a agribusiness for agro-based industries, so that they can take the leverage of business intelligent technologies for their existing business processes and for taking business decisions and optimizing the comparing business processes in the organization. This framework combines data as well as existing business methods to allow higher results for industries. Now, agriculture, everybody knows that agriculture contributes a significant figure to the GDP of the country. Agriculture production leads to the development of agro-based industries, which in turn provides a better way of income for the farmers as well as boost the village level economy. Now, what exactly is the business intelligence? Business intelligence is advanced technologies which use raw data, this technology, strategies, techniques, and methodologies which used by the organization for analysis of raw data, which is used for the further presentation and meaningful information, so that the business can be businesses and organization can take the better decision from their business insights. BI technology provides various fast functions to organization, from data mining to analytical tools, processing, raw data analysis, and presenting information in a meaningful format. Then agro-based industries. Agro-based industries are the industry that processes raw material ranging from cleaning, grading, manufacturing, and many more. Depending on their functions, agro-based industries can be classified as food processing, non-food processing, and manufacturing units. Food processing unit do not process any new food, but they just process the food, for example, rice mills. Non-food processing units are manufacturing units that produce or manufacture the goods required for mechanization of the agriculture industry. Some manufacturing units produce new goods from agriculture raw material, for example, jaggery factories, sugar factories. Then we have this architectural framework. This framework is divided into mainly 4 parts, that is data sources, data warehouse, BI tools, and business users. In data sources, data has been collected from different sources, that is farmers, market data, and consumer data, and whatever will be regulation implemented for the agro industries by government, that can be captured through using ETL technologies. ETL technology is used to store the further data in the data house, which incorporated along with the organization data. This data is further used by data mining techniques. Data mining techniques were supported by business intelligence tools, and these tools used to support and present the data in the form of dashboard. This dashboard again further used by the business and organizations from different departments, that is sales, marketing, productions, management and administration, and customer service. These are the business users of this model, which can be able to use to take the business decision and futuristic decisions accordingly. And now conclusion. This paper talks about this technological framework as business intelligence, which focuses on using business intelligence capability in creating for agro-based industries. It will help agro-based industries to overcome many technological problems and provides a data-driven framework for effective decision making in the organization. Thank you. This is from my side. Hello. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Have you finished your presentation?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Next presenter, number 13, Nahida Nabi. Are you there? I have co-hosted you, no problem. You can unmute yourself. I could not found your headphone attached with this meeting room. Next presenter, number 13. You have to attach your and your headphone is not attached properly, I think. That's why the issue. Now the 14th number presenter, Dr. Anuradha Madam. Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In the beginning, I will thank the organizers and the SPDM college for giving me the opportunity to present my work. And I think this is the first presentation from biology discipline where all the presentations were from a non-biology section. So I will start my sharing my screen. I hope that you are able to see my presentation, sir.
Please, yeah, now it is starting. No problem.
Yeah, yeah. So my topic of lecture would be Indian herbal medicines for alternative therapy to COVID-19. Many people have talked about COVID-19 and what happened and virus and all the aspects of viral infection and other aspects. I will just point out important observations of the world in relation with COVID-19. That first of all, the organism is a virus, which is a very small virus, small entity, and which is invading the human body. And it contains only DNA and protein, so it is not having any proper medicine as such. Then we were not ready with this attack of this virus, and the pandemic spread very fast. And millions of people were infected by this virus, and that is why the health system all over the world, they became overloaded with the treatments of these patients. Then initially they tried to standardize an allopathic treatment for this particular virus, but it went very randomly because the symptoms in the patients were very much different according to the age, according to the country, and initially every efforts were very much random. So antivirals were tried, antibiotics were tried, antipyretic, that is fever reducing substances were also used. But important thing to note that there was no specific therapy for COVID-19, and that underlined the limitation of modern medicine in curing COVID-19, and that made us focus on the traditional medicinal system, which are mainly using the herbal drugs. Now we know that there are many medicine systems in India as well as all over the world. I will focus only on Indian medicinal system: Ayurveda, Kerala Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha. And all of these systems are making the use of plants and plant extracts for treating different diseases. And now this was high time that we should investigate the potential of all these plants and herbal drugs for preventing COVID virus. Now I will focus.
Ma'am, your PPT not visible. You have to double click it, or you have to start it first and then you have to share it.
PPT is not visible?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Please start it first and then share it again.
Okay, right.
Okay, now you can share.
Yeah. One minute, sir. Now there. I am unable to get those.
Ma'am, simply start your presentation first, presentation file first, PPT file, and then share it. Share that file directly instead of sharing your file explorer.
Sir, but from where I have to share now?
Simply click the green button, share screen, and then select the opened file. There are so many files which you have opened in your window. All files will shown. You have to select the particular PPT file. Otherwise, you can continue with your oral presentation.
Yeah. 1 minute, sir. Something has happened. Okay, sir. I will just continue with oral presentation because I am unable to do that.
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Right. So this is high time that we focus on traditional medicinal plants, and recent researches have proved that some of the plants like gugul, then jeshtamad, and they have a positive effect on side symptoms of corona, that is cough and other respiratory disorders. The problem is the plants do not have curing ability of COVID. So they do not have therapeutic action. This is what we must understand. So after the disease takes place, they are not of much use, but they have a definitely significant role in preventing the disease and preventing the other side symptoms like cough and weakness and other respiratory disorders. So in this aspect, lasoon, then kalme, ilgiri oil, then aloe and tulsi, they are playing very important role. And some of the plants, they are very important in improving the immunity and what we call them as immunomodulators. So very traditional plants like shatavari, tulsi, korfad, punarnava, brahmi, shankhapushpi, they are very much useful in improving the immunity. So on a larger scale, when we are supposed to treat patients for this particular disease, it is very important to improve the immunity. Otherwise, once the disease, say, occurs in the patient, it's very difficult to control. So we have to understand the strength of our traditional Indian medicine, that many plants are available, many extracts of them are commercially available, and more important is the virus is not able to become drug resistant to all these extracts. The problem with coronavirus is it is changing its DNA, changing its characters, and that is why now we are worried about whether the new vaccine is going to be useful for this new strain or not. So the virus will change its, say, DNA, its characters, and every time you have to say bring about new vaccine. Now the problem with vaccine was it took almost 10 months to come to market. So we are understanding the limitations of modern medicine as well as vaccination. So it is very much correct to depend on the traditional knowledge which will prevent and rehabilitate the COVID patients by using the plant extracts. Another, say, simple uses of these herbal drugs, they are easily available. They are, say, simple to prepare, say, kada or herbal tea. They are very cheap. They can be grown on, say, terraces or in home garden that can ensure the continuous supply and good quality of plant material. Now, what is the impact of all these, say, traditional medicinal systems on our society? First of all, we understood the limitations of allopathy and modern medicine and other systems. So we also understood the strength of our traditional medicinal systems. And government has already developed the department called Ayush, where they are recommending such use of traditional medicinal plants. Then we have to follow integrated medicine, integrated treatment approach. Traditional systems along with allopathy, homeopathy, along with botany people, zoology people, we need to work together.
Ma'am, please come to conclusion.
Yeah.
As it is right 3 o'clock right now and we have 2 more presentations.
Yeah, sir. Finally, the conclusion is we should always remember that food is medicine. Only word of caution is many herbal extracts were randomly used and that led to many health problems such as piles and bleeding and other symptoms in them. So the thing is all of us should come together to fight such a pandemic, and plants are the say helpful organisms which will lead to a positive effect as far as COVID treatment is concerned. Thank you, sir. I have concluded. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation. Next presenter, number 15, S. Akhilendeshwari. Dr. S. Akhilendeshwari. Ma'am, you are co-host right now. You can unmute yourself. You can share your PPT also. Dr. S. Akhilendeshwari, ma'am, Your presentation is now. Yes, ma'am. We can see you very well. Simply start your presentation. No problem with your video. You have started your video and unmuted yourself. No problem. Please continue fast as we have 2 more presentation. Yes, ma'am. We can see you very well. Dr. S. Akilendeshwari, ma'am. You have to start.
Good afternoon, sir. Can I share my PPT?
Please, please.
Sir, I can't able to share my screen.
No problem, ma'am. You have to just stop.
Actually,
Please, you are co-host right now. You can share your PPT.
okay.
Okay, let me co-host you first. No problem. Yeah. Now
No,
you
sir.
can.
The command is coming.
Now,
okay.
Now you can. Yes, we can see your PPT.
Yes.
No problem, ma'am. Continue with this. No need to download anything. You can continue with this.
So, good afternoon, one and all. I'm Dr. Akilendeshwari, and now I came with the new aspect. Yoga, how the yoga has influenced the students in their potential. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, by giving this such a type of prayer, one can able to develop their concentration and also the memory power. From this cognitive ability, I have chosen the two thing, that is the memory and the concentration. This yoga is the Indian traditional practice, which is practiced from our ancestors called the Patanjali 5,000 years before. So I would like to take this yoga as my intervention for my study. And my aim of the study is to evaluate the yogic practice, that is intervention on cognitive ability during COVID-19 period. I just want to implement the yogic practice to the youngsters, that is today's youth India is future India. So I just want to implement the yogic intervention to our institute, that is the students from engineering from our institute, Avinash University from Tamil Nadu, have chosen their as a subjects the age between 17 to 25. And my study design is like that, the yogic program that will be conducted in the online mode, and the schedule was implemented daily for 45 minutes. That is for 8 weeks in the morning alone. I have given the practice. And here I have 2 groups. From that 100 groups, I have divided them into 15 each groups, experimental and control group. And what I have chosen as my design is postgraduate institute memory skill questionnaire to measure their memory and concentration. So I think this study will be helpful to the engineering students at this level, because nowadays the students are concentrating more on their future, but they're not concentrating to their health. So that I just want to take this as my study. And data were collected before and after the intervention to all the participants. This is my training program for your kind pedestal, dear chairman. The students were oriented about my training program, and they were trained 1 week before the intervention. I have given training before they are coming to the training program for my study. And the training program is through online mode, that is for 45 minutes for 5 days in a week, for 8 weeks, that is morning alone. And these are the training schedule I have given to them to test memory and concentration by using the questionnaire. First one is Om chanting while they are taking the Om. So from the lungs, so it helps to improve their capable of the lungs, and super brain yoga, it activates the brain. And Surya Namaskar.
Ma'am, please try to make it brief and try to come to conclusion.
That's also. Surya Namaskar.
And we can see your PPT. We can just see your first page only. Your first page of presentation only. We can see your other pages. No problem. Continue, please.
Okay, and my statistical analysis, and I also have given the pranayama and meditation too that I have included in my training program, and pre and post test intervention between the experimental and control group was carried out, and that test was measured by the t-test in SPSS statistical software package. And coming to the results, yoga had a significant improvement in the memory and the concentration when comparing to the control group, as yoga is self-discipline and behavior activity that enhanced memory and concentration. And coming to my conclusion, really this yoga will help not only to the youngsters, to all the age groups. In any pandemic situation, I recommend yoga to lead the healthy life. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Subhita ma'am, chairman of this technical session, and Dinesh sir, convener of this conference, and the management of the SPDM college to giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Participant, this is our last presentation in this technical session second. I will call number 17, Dr. Mahesh Dharmapurikar sir. Sir, you can start your presentation. You are co-host right now. And after this, I will conclude this session and we will immediately start next session.
Thank you. Good afternoon to sir. I can present orally, sir. Because
no problem. Continue, please.
Hello.
And make it fast. Thank you.
I congratulate
Sir, some internet connectivity issue with you, I think. Please try to.
Sir, hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, audible, but some internet bandwidth is slow, I think, from your side. Please continue.
Yes, sir. Can I continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, my presentation is on noise pollution, legal mechanism, and judicial response. So,
Dr. Mahesh sir, you are not audible right now. You have to unmute yourself. Yeah, please continue. Sir, again there, yeah. Continue, sir, please. Sir, there is a technical issue with Dr. Mahesh. I think I will adjust him in next technical session. Sorry, Dr. Mahesh, sir. We will adjust you in next technical session. Thank you, all the participants. Anybody left? Sir, please continue fast. Otherwise, I will adjust you in next technical session. Sir, Mahesh, sir.
Now I am audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yes, sir. Can audible now?
Sir, audible,
yeah. Just to highlight 2 to 3 points.
No problem, please.
Sir, in the year 1986, an Environment Protection Act is passed due to landmark judicial pronouncement. So this act, first time in India in the year 1986, recognized noise as an environmental pollutant. So this act empowers central government to frame rules regarding maximum permissible limits for noise in different areas. And accordingly, amendment is carried out in the year 1987 in Air Prevention and Control Pollution Act 1981 and expanded the definition of pollution to include noise. So means in India, consciousness, awareness is started from year 1987 regarding the noise pollution. Long list of acts are passed on central level as state level. But the basic problem is with their implementation. Now I'm not interested to discuss all those factors. Definitely, organism, our authorities not that much powerful to implement the amended act.
Sir, please conclude. Our next technical session chairman is already with us. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Mahesh, sir. Please mute yourself. I sincerely thanks to all the participants and Professor Dr. Kulkarni madam for accepting our invitation and judging the session. Over to you, ma'am. You can conclude the session by your concluding remark.
Thank you, Dr. Dinesh Bhakkad, sir, and participants. Really, this particular presentation was multidisciplinary. There were participants who presented on issues related to various fields, various faculties, and there were participants from different parts of India. So congratulations for organizing such a nice event, and I wish that the interaction has enriched everybody, because we have been listening to those thoughts, that information and acquired knowledge from the fields and faculties that normally we are not having access to. So thank you very much. And with this, I will leave the session with permission of Dr. Bhakkad.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time during this session. Our organizing committee has decided to felicitate our technical session chairman through virtual recognition for sharing their valuable time and knowledge. Let me share your certificate first, ma'am. No, one more time. For sharing valuable time and knowledge. As we gathered here virtually, we can't offer you memento, bouquet, etc. So this is our small token of love. I request Dr. Kulkarni madam to kindly accept the same. Ma'am, this is your virtual recognition certificate. We will shortly email you the same. Kindly accept the same, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Accepted gracefully.
Thank you. Thank you. Participant, thank you. Our next session chairman is already with you. Thank you, ma'am. You can leave as per your convenience. Thank you.
With your permission, I will leave.
Thank you. Thank you. I am directly starting the next session, and those participants have not presented their presentation, they can present in this session, no problem. I am sharing the presentation of next session. Our third session chairman, Professor Dr. N.B. Gosavi sir, is with us. We have already two successful sessions, and this is time for third session. I sincerely welcome Professor Dr. N.B. Gosavi sir and thankful to him for accepting our invitation. Before starting the session, let me brief you about Professor Dr. N.B. Gosavi sir. He is the Professor of Commerce at GT Patil College, Nandurbar, and having 32 years of rich experience. He is also working as BOS Chairman of Business Administration under the Faculty of Commerce and Management of KBC North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. There were 6 students awarded PhD under Sir's guidance and 1 student awarded MPhil. Sir has completed 2 minor research projects sponsored by UGC New Delhi. There were more than 30 research papers published in reputed and national and international journals in his credit, and Sir authored 10 books. He served on many committees of our university and shown his capability. I must be thankful to him for accepting our invitation as session chairman on very short span of time. There are 17 presenters in this third session. With the permission of chairman, now I request the presenter to start their presentation. Sir, can we start presentation first? Or you can say few words as you wish. No problem.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon,
Yes.
everybody. Yes,
Thank you.
Dr. Bakar, thanks for giving me such an opportunity. Really, I welcome to all of you in the third technical session. This topic is very nice. Impact of COVID-19. I congratulate you to organizers to organize such a national conference. I permit to all of you to start your research paper presentation. Yes, sir. Dr. Bakar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You can start presentation.
Thank you. Now, I will call one by one. Our first presenter, Mr. Sufyan Bhagwan. You are co-host right now. You can share your start your presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Shall I share my PPT, sir?
Definitely, sir. Please.
Visible, sir?
Yes.
Yes,
visible.
sir. Yes.
Sir, am I audible and the PPT is visible to you?
No problem. Continue, please. Please.
Okay. A very good afternoon to one and all, respected dignitaries, chairman, all faculties. A very good afternoon. Today's topic of my research paper is to study the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on small business. Myself, Sufyan Bhagwan, I am assistant professor in the R.C. Patel IMRD College, Shirpur. First of all, there is an introduction to my research paper. That is, as we see that in the 1920, the COVID-19 plague is a harsh notice for us. It means it is a very pandemic. All the things has been stopped in the current scenario. The superior problem is that in a global scope, to report some of the pandemic-related issues disturbing society. The other papers, as we see, had covered the society of a business that has retails, tours and travels, education sector, etc. Needless to state, the COVID-19 has created a great impact for the small business across India. Nevertheless, it has only restricted its impact to small business, but also extend to India's labor market, nationally and internationally. As we see, as a COVID-19 pandemic has started, all the businesses, as all the sectors, all the workers, employees, all the work has been stopped. The large business, corporate institution, companies, on the other hand, still mainly affected as compared to their industry colleagues and micro and small businesses. As we say, as a COVID-19 has, and as we go to lockdown, our prime minister said that Atmanirbhar Bharat, along with the banning by Chinese products, we all ban the Chinese products, and we have to say that we have to be Atmanirbhar Bharat. So we all products which we have to use, it should be Indian. For example, India has initiated the vocal for local production link incentives, which empowers the food industry, textile industry, automotive industry, electronic manufacturing in India. The objectives of my study is that to study the impact of COVID-19 on small business. Second objective is that to study the positive and negative impact on the small business. The third objective is that to suggest the methods to improve the current situation for small business. The research methodology for the paper is that this study is for the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the small business. Uh, the study which I have done is imaginative in nature. All the data is secondary. I have collected from the website, blogs, magazines, research studies, other research papers, newspapers, etc. The study judgmentally analyzes the present situation of the small business all over. The study is a geographic opportunity of the businesses. The study is done for the optimistic and undesirable impact for the small business. As we see, what are the different small business impacted on the COVID-19? The first is that all firms and service centers were affected. As we see that as the COVID-19 pandemic has been started, all the firms, all the services centers, all the we can say small firms, we can say higher firms, big, small, all the firms were affected due to COVID-19. The second is that all the economic activities were freeze. As we see that all the economic activities will stop, there no employees, no workers, no laborers will do the work. Okay, all activities were freeze. Also, one impact of COVID-19 on the business is that rates of all the raw materials were not in the affordable rates. As we see, ki, all the rates of the raw material has given a very rise. It means that all the prices were high. It is not affordable for the common man to purchase that. As we take an example, if the sugar is of rupees 40 rupees, so it will get on the 45 to 50 rupees per kg. It was a very bad impact on the businesses. All the commercial and industrial outlets of the small business were locked down. All the commercial and industrial outlets of the small business were locked down, means they cannot be open. Okay, or there should not be public, all the shops were closed. This is what we can say the impact of COVID-19 on the small businesses. Challenges for the small businesses, as we see in the graphs. Okay, so if we see, due to the small businesses, the challenges were there. Overall, other services, accommodation and food services, arts, entertainment, and recreation, all were having the affected on small businesses. Impact on the different business sectors, as not as we say about the small businesses, agriculture sector has been affected, construction sector were affected, hotels, cafes, restaurants were affected, information communication sector were affected, logistics were affected, manufacturing system was affected, retail sector is affected, and services centers are also affected, and it all have the impact on the small impact of the COVID-19 on the small businesses. The conclusion for my study is that during the COVID-19 era, the small business are struggling. Their biggest problems have been decreasing demand and broken supply chain. Yet there is hope for challenge. After dust settles, small business find it necessary with time to stay competitive, to involve and later. The responses to these issues include the introduction of the production's procedures, sanitization methods, and updated sourcing policy. Small business response to our survey suggests that many are likely to fail initially with financial assistance. At the last of the week of March 2020, less of the business viewed it unlikely or somewhat likely that they have will be open as the end of 2020. These are the references which I have used for my paper. Thank you.
Yes, next.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Next.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for giving me an opportunity. So thank you.
Number 2, Dr. Avinash Dotre. Number 3, Miss Nikita Chaudhary, madam.
Yes, sir.
Please start your presentation.
Sure, sir. Sir, I will send first my screen.
No problem. Please share your PPT. And please try to unmute your surroundings. Okay.
Sure.
Continue, please.
Sir, it's visible?
Yes, is visible. Start your PPT. Correct. I think click to play. Okay, yes, there is a button play. Continue.
Good afternoon, all of you. Myself, Nikita Chaudhary. Recently, I complete my bachelor and now I'm pursuing master. My research title is to study the relationship between service and food quality on customer satisfaction and retention with special reference to Indian family restaurants. Saw this picture. There are the two families. They're having the meal with their family. When I go to the restaurant, that time I saw the happy faces. And every family have a one phrase. The memory we make with our family is everything. Because nowadays, every person is in his busy schedule. They have a no more time. That's why they go to the restaurant and make their memories. For that reason, they want the safe atmosphere. That's why I took this topic for my research. My research objective is to identify the service quality and food quality dimension which might be affected consumer satisfaction, to evaluate the relationship between food quality and service quality and consumer satisfaction and retention. My third objective is that to investigate the effect of consumer satisfaction on consumer retention. Research methodology. I use 140 sample data. I use primary data for this research. I collect the data using online survey method and I use sample random method for this research paper. My research area is Mumbai. Data analysis method I use in this research are reliability analysis, regression analysis, and SOAP test for mediation. It's my small research proposal that include hypothesis. My first hypothesis is that service quality is affected on customer satisfaction. For measure the service quality, I kept three variables. First, assurance. Second, intangibility. And third, responsiveness. My second hypothesis is food quality affect on consumer satisfaction. Third hypothesis is customer satisfaction is effect on customer retention. Fourth one is service quality effect on customer retention. Fifth is food quality effect on customer retention. And sixth is customer satisfaction is the mediation between food quality and customer retention. After the collecting data and analyze the data, I testing my hypothesis and I saw that my first hypothesis is accepted that the service quality dimension have a positive influence on customer satisfaction. Second, food quality has a positive influence on customer satisfaction. Third, food quality has a positive influence on customer retention. Fourth, service quality dimension have a positive influence on customer retention. Fifth, customer satisfaction has a positive influence on customer retention. Sixth, customer satisfaction mediation the relationship between service quality and customer retention. After all, I saw that my all alternative hypotheses are accepted and my null hypothesis is rejected. It's my small research. After all this research process, I conclude that the service quality dimension, tangible, assurance, and responsiveness and food quality found to influence not only customer satisfaction but also customer retention. Second, customer satisfaction has a great influence on customer influence. Third, customer satisfaction mediates the relationship between service quality and customer retention. So, it's my small presentation for my research paper. It's my first research and I try to cover all of the bullet points in presentation. Thank you so much to listening me.
Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, number 4, Neha Mishra, madam, you can start your presentation. You are co-host right now. All are requested to raise their hands for your presentation until your presentation is complete. And once your presentation is complete, try to submit the Google form. The link is already provided in chat box. Number 4, Neha Mishra, madam. You are co-host right now. You can start your presentation. Ma'am, unmute yourself first. Any other participant who willing to present, they can raise their hand. In technical session first, there are so many participants.
Is the PPT visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Please continue.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present my paper.
Press
Without
F5.
further ado, I'll start with my presentation.
Neha Mishra, ma'am,
Yes.
please press F5 or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just a moment.
slideshow.
Okay. So my topic for this presentation.
Ma'am, your PPT is not visible. No problem. Continue with your without slideshow presentation. No problem. Yes, continue with this.
Okay. So my topic for this presentation is consumers' perception towards online banking with special reference to post-COVID situation. As I know this online banking, this portion has been quite handy for all of us during this COVID situation, as most of us were using online banking for most of our purposes, for most of our things. First, I would like to give a little bit introduction about my topic. What is online banking? Simple online banking is what banking functions we perform. Instead of going to the bank, we are sitting home and performing the banking. That is online banking. That is online banking means any user with personal computer or a browser get connected to his bank website to perform any of the virtual banking functions. All the normal banking functions that we go to the bank and perform, we can easily sit at home and perform those functions. Online banking, the banking has a central database enabled. You can access your online banking anywhere in the world. It is a borderless entity, of course. Online banking allows the user to conduct financial transaction via internet. Online banking is also it is also known as internet banking or commonly known as web banking. Online banking offers the consumer almost every service traditionally availed through a local branch, including deposits, transfers, and online bill payment facilities. Online banking means accessing your bank account, carrying out all the financial transactions through the internet on your smartphones, nowadays tablet and computer or laptop as well. It is quick and allows us to carry out a number of tasks such as paying bills, paying school fees, paying college fees, paying other different sort of bills, transferring money from one place to another, from one person to another, without having a visit or a call from your bank, without even going to bank. In simple words, online banking implies provision of banking products and services through electronic delivery channels. Okay. I would like to point out certain pros, certain benefits of using online banking. The transactions are quite accurate, confidentiality of the data is maintained, control over funds, we have control over funds, it is very convenient, we can use it any time, anywhere, easy to use, it's very easy, simple to use, it is economical as it reduces our commutation cost, flexible enough, it is very speedy, time saving, efficient. It can be accessed anywhere in the world to be QT. Less or without intervention, it can be accessed 24/7. The transaction can be completed quick and we can get all the information regarding various schemes and various different services on just a single click. Now, I would like to point out certain challenges that we face during online banking. First, main important thing, security and identity theft concern. Then there are certain limitations on deposit. Convenient but not always faster because it depends upon, of course, internet, the kind of internet that we are using. It also plays a very important role. There are service charges, but they are not clearly visible. They are hidden service charges, which we are not even aware that we are paying from our pocket. Technology and service interruptions are there. Technical challenges are there during payment. Certain times the server is down or there is a technical issue with that. So payment problem also arises. We pay, the balance is also deducted from our account, but the receiver doesn't receive the amount. So technical problems are also there. If we do not have proper knowledge about online banking, then it becomes very difficult for us. There are in India there are lack of infrastructure also. Network connectivity issues are there. Proper software are not available which can handle such huge transactions. Loss of data is there due to hackers. Yes, there are certain errors while logging in, logging out many a times. Okay. Now I would like to present impact of COVID-19 on online banking. It has COVID-19 has boosted online banking as most of us have we were using online banking, but yet the frequency of use has been.
Try to conclude your presentation.
Okay, sir. Okay. So there is a huge impact. 57%. There is increase in the online banking has increased by 57% after COVID-19. Our governor RBI Governor Shaktikant Das has also urged us to use online banking, digital banking in order to control this pandemic indirectly. These are certain parameters. Age 21 to 30, that is 20 to 30 age group is such age group which uses maximum online banking facility. Gender, not much significant difference, only 2%. Occupation, service sector uses maximum online banking facility. Among public sector banks, people or consumer uses SBI, State Bank of India for online banking and HDFC for private sector banks. Majorly, the purpose for online banking usage are payment of bills, fund transfer, statement download, and other such online payments. The frequency of use has been increased after COVID-19 by 27%. Due to time constraint, I would directly like to jump to the conclusion of my research. Yes, from my study, it can be concluded that total statements which has been asked to check their perception towards online banking Mainly, there are three factors: A, benefit of online banking; B, trust on online banking; and C, services on online banking. Then the study had tried to find out there is significant impact of demographic factors on factors affecting the perception towards online banking. It has been seen that only gender has significant impact on trust on online banking, and occupation of consumer has significant impact on service of online banking. Rest others do not have much impact on the mindset of the consumers. So here I would like to conclude, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, sir. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, number 5, Dr. Subodh Barve. Then number 6, Bashit Ali Bhatt. You have to raise your hand who were willing to present their presentation. Should raise their hand until their presentation, so that it could easy to identify them and make co-host and other families. Next, number 7, Asha B.N.
Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Okay, sir. I will share my screen, sir.
Definitely, please.
So, is my screen visible, sir?
No, no, ma'am. Not now.
So now?
Okay. Please try to share one more time. I have stopped my PPT.
So is this visible now, sir?
No, ma'am. No visible.
Okay, so can I present orally, sir?
No problem. Please continue.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Asha B.N., Research Scholar, Department of Political Science, Karnataka University, Dharwad, Karnataka. My presentation topic is the impact of COVID-19 on education. The impact of COVID-19 pandemic is observed in every sector. The pandemic has affecting educational system in worldwide. It's leading to the near total closure of schools, universities, and colleges. The government around the world have temporarily closed educational institutions in an attempt to contain the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. These nationwide closure are impacting on millions of students and teachers' life. The educational system has been facing problems to solve the crisis with a different approach and digitizing the channels to wash away the threat of a pandemic. This paper attempts to study the impact of COVID-19 on education and highlight some measures taken by the government of India to provide seamless education in the country. So the impact of COVID-19 are discussed in this paper, and some fruitful suggestions are paid by the carry out educational activities during the pandemic situations. Okay, objectives of the study are: first one, the study of impact of COVID-19 on education; second one, to enlighten the various measures taken by the government of India for education sector during this COVID-19 pandemic. Research methodology: the data and information presented in current study are collected from a various report prepared by the national and international agencies on COVID-19 pandemic. Informations are collected from a various authentic website, some journals and e-content relating to the impact of COVID-19. Initiatives of the government of India on education during the COVID-19 pandemic. To prevent spread of a COVID-19 pandemic, the government of India has taken many preventive measures. The union government declared the countrywide lockdown of all educational institutions and postponed all the examinations and relating revised guideline for the examination. Similarly, all state governments and other educational boards postponed the examination due to the outbreak of the COVID-19. The lockdown has accelerated adoption of digital technology. It has given a chance to develop a new professional skills, knowledge through the online learning in more efficient and productive way. Online learning is the best solution during this COVID-19 pandemic situation. So the government Digital India vision is emerging as a vital tool for the solving the present crisis due to COVID-19. Okay, the following are the online resources developed by the Government of India: Diksha, e-Pathshala, National Perspective of the Public Educational Resource, Swayam and Swayamprabha, Nishta, National Digital Library. This is the national online educational platform covering both schools and higher education in all subjects, including engineering, humanities, and social science, law and management courses. Okay, here are some suggestions. Immediate measures are needed to ensure a continuity of a learning in government school and universities. Open source digital learning solutions and learning management software should be adopted to the teachers can conduct teaching online. The Diksha platform will reach all the state in India. It can further strengthen the ensure accessibility to learning to the student. Inclusive learning, especially for the most marginalized, need to be developed. Technology is enabling equity access the personalization of education even in the remotest part of the country. It is also important to reconsider the current tradition method in school and higher education by seamlessly integrating classroom learning with the e-learning modes. Building unified learning system. India should develop creative strategies to ensure that all children must have a sustainable access to learn during this COVID-19 pandemic. Traditional knowledge of an India is well known across the world for its scientific innovation value and benefits to develop sustainable technologies and medicines should be integrated within present day mainstream university education to serve the largest cause of humanity. In this time of pandemic crisis, a well and effective educational practices is what is needed for the capacity building of an young mind. It will be develop skills and drive their productivity, employability, health, and well-being in the decades to come and ensure the overall progress in India. In conclusion, the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting all countries, destroying jobs, increasing poverty, and putting risk policymakers around the world are rightly focusing on responding to the immediate crisis, fighting the devastating effect of the pandemic on a healthcare system while trying to keep their economic alive. The next step to find the tools to sustain economic growth, fighting poverty and regain the lost ground in educational responsive fiscal policies are viable answer can magnify the effect of the crisis across several social and economic political dimensions. Okay, thank you all for giving me an opportunity to present my paper and special thanks to the SPDM college and Dinesh sir for conducting this e-conference. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Now, serial number 8, Angha madam. If you are there, please raise your hand or try to unmute yourself and do your presentation. Number 9, Dr. Ajay. Dr. Ajay sir, please start your presentation. You are co-host right now. Dr. Ajay sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Ajay Kunte.
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, you can start.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. Respected organizer, secretary, chief organizer, convener, and chairman, and all paper presenter. Sir, can I present orally my paper?
No problem. Please continue.
Thank you, sir. The title of my paper is A Study of Impact of Demonetization on Indian Economy. Since 8 November 2016, for the third time in modern Indian history, the central government had declared notes of certain demonetization to no longer be valid legal tender. It was the evening of 8 November 2016 when India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji announced the policy of demonetization, under which that demonetization of 500 and 1000 rupees notes will no longer, as it was a surgical strike against the black money. The RBI decided from midnight 8 November 2016 replace old denomination of currency notes of rupees 1500 as a legal tender and would be replaced and exchanged by new currency from 10 November 2016. Object of paper: the study the history of demonetization from process in India to analyze immediate impact of demonetization on Indian economy. The object of demonetization in Indian economy, the loss of economy due to demonetization. Hypothesis of paper. Demonetization process has been continuous in India since past period in India. Second, due to demonetization process, presently Indian economy facing economical and social problem. Third, there is a hug loss of economy because of demonetization. And last is there are some positive impact on Indian economy. Review of here I give some review of literature, but not I'm here reading. The next point is research methodology. This paper is specially based on secondary data. The data has been accumulated from different sources like internet, economic journal, research paper, and economic refer. Object of demonetization process in India highlighted by BJP government. Demonetization is an important weapon applied by the Prime Minister, which has been called as a surgical strike against black money. The objectives of demonetization in India are: one, top curb time means of fake currency; second, two-way wipe out announced and tax reward money in such a high value notes; third, to prevent use of high denomination notes for terror infecting. Historical background of demonetization process in India. The first demonetization happened in India in January 1946. Rupees 10,000, rupees 5,000 and rupees 1,000 notes were taken out of circulation. All these three higher demonetization bank notes were used in 1954. After that, in 1978, all well again demonized. The currency demonetization in third row on 28 October 2016. The total bank notes in circulation in India was rupees 17.77 trillion. It means 2060 billion US. In term of value, the annual report of RBI of 31st March 2016 stated that total bank notes in circulation valued to rupees 16.42 trillion, which nearly 86% around rupees 14.18 trillion were rupees 500 and rupees 1,000 banknotes. They were taken out of circulation from 2016.
Sir, please come to conclusion.
Okay, sir. I going to next point, positive and diminution of in India. Only I have read only main point of positive effects. First is crack down the black economy. Second is financial inclusion. Third is increase in banking liquidity. Fourth is end of fake currency. Five is less physical deficit. And last is six means rest to terror in Kashmir. These are the positive effect of demonetization in India. Then we have expressed the negative effects of demonetization in India. The first is loss of business and GDP. In this point, we have concluded the year in present figures. Second is penalization errors. Third is reduction in money supply. Fourth is effect on purchasing power of public. Five is social and economic harassment of people. Six is effect on price level. Seven is real estate and property. These are the negative effects on demonetization in India. In this way, lastly, we have conclusion. My paper, the conclusion, demonetization process is one the sources of weapon applied by central government to root out all kinds of black money and corruption, it was not so effectively implemented for focus positively on the economy. Therefore, it affected economically positively and negatively. Never mind, demonetization brought so many good changes and against black money and corruption. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to thank you because to give me opportunity the paper reading in this conference, and also I thankful SPDM college, and lastly especially thank you
Thank
sir
you, sir. No,
Dr. Bakkar Sarji. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So this is serial number 9, Dr. Ajay Kunte. Now
Thank you, sir.
serial number 10, Dr. Deepak Mane, sir. Are you there? You can start your presentation.
माझा फोटो दिसला होता का?
Sir, please unmute yourself.
Thank you.
Then number 11, Dr. Bhagyashri Patil, madam. Please raise your hand. And any other participant who willing to present their presentation, who missed their presentation in earlier session, they willing to present, they can chat me privately so that I will know, or they can raise their hands. Okay, they can message me through chat box. Okay, then presentation number 12, Prakash Kumar Patel, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please start.
Yes, sir. I'm just sharing my screen.
Okay, sir.
Sir, is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Prakash Patel, Assistant Professor, the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda, Gujarat. Very good afternoon, everyone. See, I have the prepared research paper based on 2 points. So I have included 2 points in my presentations. The first is study the gap between the tourist expectations. Just a minute. I think. Okay. Study the gap between the tourist expectations and satisfactions with special reference to Champaner. Champaner is a UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And second part of my research is the impact of COVID-19 on travelers' behavior in the state of Gujarat. So I'm going to analyze these 2 points. Okay. So as we are aware, the COVID-19 have affected many sectors of Indian, you can say, industry, and one of them is, the adversely affected is tourism industry. We are aware because of the ban in lockdown, and because of, you can say, travel ban, the tourism sector have been adversely affected by COVID-19. Some statistics about, you can say, these things. So estimated loss due to the controlled travel amongst the country. So due to COVID, it's a 10 trillion to country's economy. So this is, the estimated loss. Then about 70% of employment directly or indirectly. Calculations are that this pandemic may leave about 38 million people without job or business, directly or indirectly, as supposed by, you can say, federations of associations in Indian tourism and hospitality. And ultimately, the result is what? The result is what? So the result is closure of business and mass unemployment. So decline in incoming and outgoing tourist cancellations plans by 67%. So 67% that is, you can say, incoming, but they have cancelled, and 52 that is, you can say, outgoing tourists, they have cancelled their plan during due to this COVID-19. So as per Indian Association of Tour Operators, entire links of travel, which includes hotel bookings, flight bookings, tourist attractions, etc. The entire loss is estimated of around 38 million, which is 70% of total workforce in the first quarter only. So the research objective and methodology. So the aim of this research is to study the gap between the tourist expectations and satisfactions with special reference to Champaner, that is UNESCO World Heritage Sites, along with the impact of COVID-19 on travelers' behavior in the state of Gujarat. So it is a descriptive research designs, and we have collected data from 187 tourists who have visited Champaner. So as I have said earlier, it contains 2 points. One, you can say, gap, and second is impact. So 187 tourists who have visited Champaner, and then we have collected data from 1043 responses from entire state of Gujarat. This is something, and the durations of the data collections, or you can say research, was during and after the lockdown. So now I'm just going to present my data analysis and major findings. So as I have said earlier, there are two parts of data analysis. The part one, present the gap between the tourist expectations and satisfaction. So in this part one, we have the divided in terms of, you can say, case one, case two, case three. So we have collected data before the experience, during the experience, and after the experience. Well, we have asked the expectations before the trip, then during the trip, and you can say after the trip. And based on these three, we have identified the gap. And part two, that is impact of COVID-19 on travelers' behavior in the state of Gujarat. The change in their travel plan that we have measured. So let us go for the first part, that is case one, part one, that is gap. So this is before experience. So we have the measure the main reason to stay in the Chapaner as well as the choice of destination. So here we have the found the main reasons for selecting the sites as well as the staying in Chapaner.
Sir,
yes.
Please try to come to conclusion soon. Because we are already running short of span of time, and our next session is to be begin.
Yeah, sure.
It is
sure,
already
sir.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, sure, sir. So see, this is the gap, the part one conclusion, gap between the tourist expectations and satisfaction. So this, the 4 point that is highly satisfied. So we are not aware about, we are not bothering about these things. But the tourists are dissatisfied in terms of, you can say, treatment of staff, the guide facility, culture and people, and facilities and food. So government will, they take care about these things. Then the second part is impact of COVID-19 travelers' behavior. So just I'm going to just make the change. So change in the preference of travel during vacation period. So we have found the lot of change in travel plan. Second, change in convoys prefer by during travel. So because of COVID-19, the convoy in preference, again there is you can say the difference is found. The change in travel durations. So before COVID-19 outbreak and after COVID-19, there is you can say a lot of impact are found. Then prefer mode of public transportations before COVID-19 and you can say after due to COVID-19 a lot of changes found. Then after impact of COVID-19 outbreak on travel plan. So the majority of tourists are not going to plan this year. Then after expectations of future booking. So the future booking will be decided whenever the restriction is lifted or more than a year. Matlab, majority of the tourists are not going to plan their visit in a year. Reallocations of fund that they have allocated for this. So majority of they are not decided where to allocate their funds. Maximum people are after following this they are planning to save it. Persuade travels to make travel booking after complete, because this is very important for travel agency or you can say travel operators to they persuade their travels. Conclusions. So this study will help to enter links of travel to make proper plan to cope up the challenges that the tourism sector are facing due to COVID-19 outbreak. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for providing me an opportunity to present my view over here. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. So I think this was the last presentation. Number 13, I again call remaining presenter. Number 13, Dr. Tushar Mali, sir. Number 14, Dr. A.S. Agrawal, sir, and D.S. Hasbe, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are in, sir.
No problem. Please start your presentation, and
Okay,
you
sir.
are the last presenter in this
session. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Wait. Sir, disable participant screen sharing. It is saying.
One. You are co-host, I think. Let me check. You're not co-host. Now you can share your PPT. Try one more time. And make it fast.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure. Hello, everyone. Myself, Dayanand Hasbe, and my friend with Ashish Agrawal, we are going to present the topic on impact of digital education system in COVID-19. So, yeah, introduction. To educate the students in COVID-19, as it is very challenging in pandemic situation. So this was the impact happened in COVID-19 actually. The education of the student is stopped. To available the digital material is again a challenging task for the faculties in education sector. Next, to conduct the examination through online mode. Then to assessment of exam paper, next to conduct continuous assessments. To overcome this challenge, the emerging trends of digital education are flipped classrooms and massive open online courses. There are different online courses are available actually, or platforms are available. Advantages of digital learning are no physical boundaries, the more engagement as the students can attend the digital recorded lectures at any time, cost effective, and then comfort zone actually. Whenever there is an interest of student, they can learn it actually. Best example for this digital classroom is Google Classroom. The Google Classroom is a free web service provided by Google and aims to simplify creating and distributing and grading the tasks like assignments in a paperless way actually. These are the simple examples how to create the Google Classroom. The classroom, this is the website. When you type on the any like link, you will get the Google Classroom. Then you go to the classroom. Then you can create the class.
Sir, please conclude your presentation. Yeah. What is
The,
your actual research? Please try to show that. Because our next session chairman is already joined with us.
Okay. Challenges in adopting and implementing digital education system is digital facility, resistance to change, content creation, technological changes, technological skills of learners. Impact of digital education system. Impact of education during this pandemic situation is the institute and student are in touch due to this digital. Continuity of education, 24/7 teaching learning processes, then no time limit, reduce the completion of course, difficulty in numerical subjects actually. Conclusion is, apart from all the hurdles in internet connectivity, online teaching learning process plays vital role in education system during pandemic situation of COVID-19. E-learning is an innovative approach to learning. However, in order for learners to be successful in this learning environment, the challenges to e-learning must be overcome with support and best practice solutions. These are the solutions during this COVID-19 pandemic situations actually. Whatever the impact has been happened on this education system, so we can overcome that by digital platforms actually. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation in spite of technical difficulties. Okay,
yes, sir.
Thank you. Now I request Professor Dr. N.B. Gosavi, sir, to conclude the session.
First of all, I congratulate all of you who have presented here research papers on impact of COVID-19 on business, humanities, and society. Out of 17, 7 presenters have presented their papers. Sufyan Mushtaq Bhagwan have presented his paper on to study the impact of COVID-19 in pandemic on small business. Nikita Chaudhary has presented her paper on to study the relationship service quality and customer retention. And Neha Mishra is present is her paper on consumer perception toward online banking. Then Asha BN also present paper on impact of COVID-19 on education. Dr. Ajay Prabhakar Kunte, Prakash Kumar Patel, A.S. Agrawal, and D.S. Hashe have presented their research papers in this national conference. I congratulate all presenters again, and I thankful to Dr. Bhakkar who have provided me such an opportunity to attend this seminar. I thanks again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable time during this session. Our organizing committee has decided to facilitate our technical session chairman through virtual recognition for sharing their time and knowledge. Sir, this is our small token of love, a certificate of appreciation. So I request on behalf of our committee members to kindly accept the same. As we have gathered here virtually, we can't offer you memento, bouquet, etc. So this is our small token of love.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir has accepted our certificate of recognition. Now, thank you one and all the participants. Any other participant who left their presentation and willing to present their presentation, they can raise their hands. And in last session, we will consider all remaining presentations. Thank you. Now, immediately I am starting the last session. Our session chairman is already joined with us. Please unmute yourself. All are requested to unmute yourself. Our last session chairman is already with us. Okay, let me share my PPT first. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Gosavi sir and all. We have successful 3 sessions. Participant, now this is our 4th session. We have already 3 successful sessions and near about 25 research participants have presented their paper yet. Already presented their paper. I sincerely welcome Associate Professor Dr. Chandan Bora sir and thankful to him for accepting our invitation. Before starting the session, let me brief you about Dr. Chandan Bora sir, who is presently working as an associate professor in PG Department of Commerce, Gondwana University. It is a state university at Gadchiroli. He has teaching experience of 12 years in the field of commerce and management. He is PhD in commerce and also pursuing PhD in law. His current research and teaching interest includes business management, marketing, and accountancy. He published 6 books in the field of commerce and management and also authored Book of Commerce for Maharashtra State Bureau of Textbook Production and Curriculum Research, Pune. He has also published more than 20 research papers in referred and national and international journals. He has also presented papers in national and international conferences. He has also acted as chairperson and resource person in various workshops and seminars and conferences. He is also associated with national and international journals as a member of editorial board. He has also completed minor research project sponsored by UGC. He has successfully guided 3 research scholars for PhD, 4 research scholars submitted their thesis, and other 4 scholars are working under Sir guidance. He is also associated with Maharashtra State Bureau of Textbook Production and Curriculum Research, Pune, and Indian Commerce Association, Production and Curriculum Research, Commerce Association, Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal, Maharashtra Commerce Association, and many more. I am most thankful to him for accepting our invitation as session chairman on very short span of time. There are 17 presenters here. I request Professor Dr. Chandan Bora sir to say few words and start the session. Thereafter, presenter will present their research work. Sir, you can unmute yourself. I request Professor Bora sir to share his thoughts, or we can have you, sir, after this session. No problem. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. We will have discussion first on different papers, and I will share my views after that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The session chairman has permitted us to start the session. Now I request first presenter, Dr. D.K. Das sir, to start this presentation.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
1 minute. I would like to request participants to go through methodologies and conclusions and recommendations, so that it will be rather than talking more about introduction, it will go on the scheme of the paper. That would be better.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, Dr. B.K. Das, sir. Please continue.
Thank you, sir. So, is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, myself, Dr. Diganto Kumar Das. I am the assistant professor in the Department of Accountancy, Lakhimpur Commerce College, Assam. And my topic is attitude of tribal students on online education during COVID-19 pandemic and analysis of degree colleges in Lakhimpur district of Assam, India. So, just one minute. I'm presenting the paper from my mobile.
No problem. Continue, sir.
So, due to shortage of time, I am just skipping my introduction part, and my objectives are to study the level of awareness among the tribal college students towards online education for education, and to study the different issues associated with college students towards online learning. In the methodology, the present study was based on both primary and secondary data. For collecting primary information, 180 degree students from Lakhimpur Commerce College were randomly selected, which were from degree first year, second year, and third year students. Information collected by preparing a questionnaire through Google Form and telephonic interview methods. So for analysis, simple tools like percentage analysis and average methods have been used. The main observations from the study are 53.33% students were male and 46.67% were female students. 28% belong to Missing community, which is followed by Sonal Kosari, Hajong Boro community, and 14% were belong to other tribal categories. As 80% of the students live in rural areas, whereas 20% were live in the urban areas. 40% of the students were used Google Meet. 45% students were used Google Classroom. 40% were used YouTube link for online learnings. It was followed by Zoom app, Edmodo, GoToWebinar, GoToMeeting, Jitsi Meet, WebEx Meet, and Kahoot. And 55% tribal students were not involved in any online tools tools for education in the district because they are belong to in the rural areas. 40% of the respondents opine about improvement in handling the online tools, thereby learning through online mode. 63% were opine about use of Google for their class in the district under study.
There is a participant. Please don't unmute yourself. Sir,
Okay, sir. 38.89% were able to enhance their knowledge of various sources like e-learning and education, while 6.67% were able to sign digitally by using Acrobat Reader DC Online. 35.56% were improved in their confidence to interact with teachers and others at online platforms. The positive impact encouraged the students to enroll at SOYAM to undergo certificate courses as per their choice. In spite of positive impact, 55% tribal students were never had an ample scope to use the online tools and thereby deprived from the online learnings. Among the students living in the rural areas, it was found that 87.22% have no laptops and 50% have no Android phones in the district under study. 62.2% respondents are open about poor connectivity of network during the online classes and hence unable to complete the classes on daily basis. 72.78% were unable to research their phones due to lack of finance and thereby attend the online classes regularly. 68.33% were open about poor electricity supply in their locality. The study also found that 56.67% were facing difficulty in use of online tools due to lack of proper guidance. 55% respondents in the district were not able to know the online tools due to lack of laptops and Android phones in the houses. In the suggestion, proper guidance to students should provide by teachers so that they will be able to use the online tools for learning. Government should take initiative for those rural students living in the rural areas not having any device to take part in online learning. In a concluding remark, the analysis of the study concluded that online education was not reached totally the tribal students, particularly living in rural areas of Lakhimpur district. Online education had a positive impact on tribal students living in the urban areas only. With this, I have concluded my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I am moving to second presenter, Dr. Anil Kumar Khandelwal, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Very well. You can share your PPT too, if you have.
Okay, sir. Sorry about my PPT. Some technical problems.
No problem. Continue with your oral presentation.
Okay. Myself, Anil Kumar Khandelwal. I am research scholar, Education Department, Rajashri Bhartari Matsya Vishwavidyalaya, Alwar. Today we will talk about relevance of e-learning in teaching profession. Now, in present era, the whole world is emerged in a family. Any problem or discovery has an impact on the whole world. In the current era of global epidemic of Corona, COVID-19, e-learning has proved its relevance. Today, we will connect ourselves with e-learning process. E-learning is very useful process to us, and we all are teachers. For the progress of society, it is necessary for its citizen is be decented and educated. Education is the milestone of every nation or society on which a grand place of nation stands. Teachers are an important part of the education system. We the education system is depends very much on teachers' ability, efficiency, and capacity. In present time, due to technology, there have been unprecedented and significant useful changes in the field of education. In this technique, e-learning is such a useful and effective method that helps students to learn from current technology. E-learning has also led to a wide positive change in the attitude of teachers toward teaching profession. With the use of technology in the current teaching profession, the teaching system has become more interesting and effective. In general way, e-learning acts as an effective intermediary between students and content, due to which the method of learning and teaching has become simple and highly effective. Teaching is not a stable profession. Technology, however, always change influenced by changing knowledge, pressure of global economics, and social status. The National Curriculum Framework of Teacher Education 2009 at present, there has been a difference in the attitude towards teaching profession. Teaching had become student centered rather than teacher centered, and technology is getting more space in teaching. Education is incomplete without technology. E-learning, what is e-learning? E-learning is the use of online technology for interaction between teacher and students. In this, the learning process is completely through the internet. It deals with all types of learning that are facilitated and adapted by the use of ICT. Relevance of e-learning in teaching profession. At present, internet is an urgent need of the hour. Education has got a new dimension from the internet according to the concept of National Education Policy 1986. Computer education has been included in the curriculum of entire educational institutions. The barriers of times, place, and knowledge coming in the way of the teacher have been eliminated to a great extent by the internet. The most useful relevance of e-learning is it encourages the teacher's lesson presentation to be effective. Through e-learning, the teacher can help in making the teaching work objective, oriented, and effective guidelines process through complete professional process. It can also develop qualitative competence in its teaching by providing teacher learning, prompting, and response on a personal level as well. E-learning gives the teacher equal opportunities to make teaching effective through innovative knowledge and technology. Through e-learning, the teacher can interact with more students at same time. It can help the teacher as effective medium to impart knowledge of subject material to the student. Through e-learning, teacher can develop their professional skills. With this technique, the teacher can get the knowledge of international events, new facts, and new facts probably provide effective training of their students. E-learning provides opportunities and ways for the teacher to plan, observe, evaluate. In present time, the world education system has been negatively affected due to corona epidemic COVID-19. Vacation has been declared in schools, colleges, and other educational institutions. In this situation, e-learning has emerged as an effective means of education, which is giving momentum to the education system. Finally, it can be said it can be said that in the current scenario, e-learning is very important part of our education system. The teacher can provide professional proficiency to his work. So many government and private sectors had many e-learning apps and programs just like Swayam, eBasta, ePathshala, Exceed curriculum. Education is being imparted by conducting programs, etc. Mobile is also playing an important role in e-learning. This can be called the new age education, but it needs to be properly planned. Most teachers are untrained for this. For this, such programs, courses, apps have to be made in which the teacher can ensure his effective participation. With this, the teacher can always learn new knowledge and make it effective learning because continuing learning enhances the vocational skills of the teacher and helps it achieving objects of education. E-learning is highly effective and professional in teaching business. With this, the qualities of professionalism in the teacher can be developed appropriately. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity to me, especially Dr. Dinesh sir and all team.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Serial number 3, Dr. R.P. Agrawal, madam. Dr. Kalpana, madam. Serial number 4. Serial number 5, Vijay Deshmukh. I think these are all these are not in our meeting room. Number 6, Mr. Hitesh Harwani.
Yes, sir, I am present. Shall I start presenting?
Please, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just give me a minute. I'll just present, sir. Sir, am I audible and my screen is visible, sir?
Yes, yes, please continue.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Respected Principal Sir, Patel Sir. Special thanks to Dinesh Sir for doing all this thing along with his team. And special thanks to the chairperson of the 4th session, Chandan Sir. I'll start my presentation. The presentation is related to mutual funds, specifically tax saving mutual fund schemes, that is what we call ELSS, during the COVID scenario. Now, this presentation is basically to boost the fundamentals, boost the confidence of retail investors who are saving their tax and investing in mutual fund schemes. So, as sir has already said in the beginning, I'll not be going by like we are the two authors. I'm the research scholar from Gujarat University and also assistant professor in JG Institute of Business Administration, which is situated in Ahmedabad. And my guide is Dr. Maulikar Desai. He is an assistant professor in KS School of Business Management, Gujarat University. Moving further, I'll skip what the introduction is, as sir has already recommended not to proceed with that. So these are some schemes. I'll directly start with ELSS. ELSS, Equity Linked Savings Scheme, is an option to retail investors to claim rebate under Section 80C. So this is one of the investment avenues which investors can focus. Now, this is the story about ELSS. Moving further, what is the objective of my study? I have compared the inflow, net inflow, and the AUM during the COVID scenario. That is, I've just taken the 9 months horizon, that is starting from March till November, and in December I've submitted the presentation and the paper. So duration of 9 months before COVID and after COVID, that is, I've applied t-test for that basically. So on these three fundamentals, I've compared the inflow, net inflow, and the AUM of the equity linked savings scheme. That is open-ended equity. I'll come to that point. What is open-ended in that terms? This is my objective of the study. Moving further, the methodology that I've opted is, sir, am I connected yet? Something it is showing.
No problem. No, please continue.
Okay. The study is purely based on the secondary data that I've collected from MFI website, that is Association of Mutual Funds in India. Proceeding further, the data is being captured related to inflow, net inflow, and AUM. Now, if I differentiate between inflow and net inflow, inflow is the money that flows in during a period of time. Every month, data is being published by MFI. And net inflow is because of this pandemic situation, because of this COVID scenario. Obviously, people who have been jobless, or because of the liquidity crunch that has been created in the system, many people might have withdrawn the money also. So net inflow is the net amount that has been flown to the system, that is specifically to open-ended equity linked savings scheme. I have applied paired t-test for concluding my data. So even a layman person can understand, a normal investor can understand, and also a statistic on the basis of statistics, the data can be proven. Moving on to the next slide, that is the data analysis of my thing. I have captured exact corresponding months, that is from March 19 to November 19, March 20 to November 20. This is a corresponding data during the COVID scenario and before the COVID scenario, but corresponding months. So if I check down the total, in 2019, the total inflow was 13,753 crores, while in the COVID scenario, the inflow is little bit down, that is 10,364 crores. So we can visibly see it is almost 30% down. Just to prove it on statistical base, I have applied t-test because 9 months data has been captured. Here we can see that the probability is less than alpha, that is 0.2 is the probability. Two-tailed test, it has been applied. So the research rejects the null hypothesis. Null hypothesis is basically the inflow of the funds that has been coming into open-ended ELSS schemes. Second is, moving further, I've captured net inflow. That means after deduction of redemptions, purchases, net purchases, everything has been removed from that inflow, and this pure money has been calculated. If we calculate on that basis, again, the two scenarios, that is from March 19 to November 19 and March 20 to November 20. That is before and after COVID corresponding months. Then the scenario that we can say is 7,095 crores was the inflow in 2019. That is 2,793 is the amount which has been inflow in the month of in these months of COVID scenario. So we can see a considerable differences there in the inflow. So if I conclude this in terms of a statistical way, again, the probability is less than alpha. So I reject the null hypothesis, stating that there is a significant difference in the net inflow also. So both inflow and net inflow are lesser compared to the normal situation. Now, moving further on my data analysis part, AUM is assets under management, which is based on the pricing. AUM is based on two factors. One is the amount of inflow and net inflow into the fund, and second is the performance. So I have not covered the performance of individual scheme, but yes, at a macro level, I have covered that whatever the quantum of the money is there, it has grown. That means the result, AUM has increased. We can see the AUM in the corresponding months, that is in 2019, the AUM was in 90s, that is 91,000 to 98,000 crores. While in the COVID scenario, the AUM, which was reduced to 74,000 crores, it has been increased to 1,10,953 crores, which is considerably more than the normal duration. So here, if I apply the t-PAT test, it shows that here my research accepts the null hypothesis. That means results have not been compromised. Very simple as that. So even after inflow and net inflow are lesser, the AUM has increased. So the normal investor can assume that the investment option of putting money into ELSS can be still continued. They can still have the confidence in investing into open-ended ELSS mutual fund schemes.
Sir, try to come to conclusion.
Yes, sir, I'm coming. The next slide is conclusion. At the 5% level of significance, the research rejects the null hypothesis of inflow and net inflow, while I'm accepting the null hypothesis of AUM. That is what the three pictures were been, the three tables were being shown. So that is what the conclusion is. Moving further, the limitation of my paper is I have only calculated the inflow, net inflow and AUM of open-ended and not the closed-ended, because in closed-ended, because of its feature of being closed, the inflow is not coming. So that has not been included in the paper. And the scope for future study is such kind of things can be done for the other assets also. This is the bibliography I have covered from various, MFI is the main thing. Rest I have covered the papers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Now, serial number 7, Anushka Keshri, madam.
Yes, sir.
Please.
So I would like to present my PPT.
Yes, please, you can share.
Sir, is this visible?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Please make it slideshow F5.
Okay. F5.
F5. Okay, no problem. Continue with this.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Anushka Keshri, and my topic is impact of COVID-19 on the studies of students. As we all know that global pandemic COVID-19 has impacted all the field of whole world, and India is also no exception of this impact. The education sector is one of the most affected sector in India because of nationwide lockdown for preventing the spread of COVID-19. Due to lockdown, offline classes of all the educational institutions were suspended, and to keep educational sector functional, the application of technology has been considered the only alternative. But India is not fully equipped with all the digital resources required for conduct online classes. Hence, this study has conducted to analyze the impact of COVID-19 on the studies of students. And for this, primary data has been collected through online questionnaire, which was created through Google Forms. Then online questionnaire was sent to the respondents, and we get 160 respondents for the study. This study is descriptive in nature, and data analysis is done according to the objective of the study by using mean, percentage, and different types of charts. And now moving to the objective of this study. First objective of this study is analyze the impact of COVID-19 on the studies of students in their perspective. And second is to analyze the knowledge of students about the major initiatives taken by government to provide better learning during COVID. And third one is to gather the information regarding the experience of online classes of students. So according to the first objective, students uh, according to first objective, students uh, were asked to, according to them, how COVID-19 impacted their studies. And 68.8% students responded that COVID-19 impacted their studies negatively. 10.6% students said that not at all impacted, and 20.6% students said that impacted positively. So it can be clearly concluded that studies of students affected badly due to COVID-19. And uh, another objective of according to the another objective to find out students' knowledge about the major initiatives taken by the government to provide better learning through digital platforms. Students were asked to take the initiative is known but to them. In questionnaire, we found that most of the students don't know about the initiative. As you all can see, the percentage of students who are aware about these initiatives in given chart. So, so after the analyzing all the collected data, it can be concluded that COVID-19 impacted the studies and the education of students badly. In students' perspective, because students and are not equipped with all the digital resources, most of the time they face network issues and online classes, and their motivation of study has also reduced. Students are also feeling that teachers are not as interested in teaching as they used to be. Also, teachers are losing digital skills somewhere conduct the online classes properly. Because of that, quality of education is also not up to the mark. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation, and it is good one. Okay, we will move to next number 8, serial number 8, Dr. Manjiri Karekar, madam.
Yeah, I am present.
Yes, ma'am. Please start. Yes. Please
Can
start.
you hear me?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you hear me?
Very well, ma'am. We can hear you very well. Please start.
Okay. Then I will present. Okay.
Share screen. Share screen with Adi.
Adi share screen. One.
Ma'am, let me
I'm
go.
presenting. Attendee. Okay. Attendee ने हे केलंय. Share screen आहे बंद केलाय.
Ma'am,
Share
one
screen.
more. Try one more time. एकदा one more time.
Okay. Now I am presenting my paper. I am Manjiri Karekar from Department of Politics, SP College. And first of all, I would be thankful to organizers for giving such opportunity to us. Even in the period of Corona, they have arranged online conferences. This can be also said as effect of Corona. That is, conferences are held online. So my topic of my paper is Corona's effects on India. I'm not going into details of what is corona and how it is spread, etc. Because all of us know that. Okay, so I have explained in short in the beginning of my paper, but I am not giving in detail orally. Okay, but only I am interested in pointing out that as compared to other countries, other governments, our government is quite successful in handling the corona situation. Therefore, focus of my paper is on how effectively Narendra Modi's government tackled corona situation, COVID-19. Okay, therefore the main focus of my research paper is to highlight efforts made by corona corona and in the period of corona by Modi government. Okay, so first of all, Modi policy, when it was declared that corona and lockdown policy, etc., etc. First of all, he took the decision to declare curfew, and that was quite wise decision as compared to foreign countries, because in other foreign countries I never found such curfew, etc. Therefore, rate of death is very high, very high and higher than India. Uh, so we must give credit to Modi government, and he has given the explanation of Corona in the way that कोई रोड पर ना निकले, in this way. That is the only method of protecting ourselves, keeping social distancing, and not to make crowd, etc., etc., not to go outside home. That is, he always named it as Lakshman Rekha. It is given in my paper, and he always given us instructions that stay home, stay safe, in this way, and that was quite repetitively hampered in the minds of Indian people, that stay home, stay safe. Therefore, there was strict Corona till end of the May, and later on also, by step, he started to unlock the situation. He did not unlock suddenly, step by step, and the main intention behind is that as we do full unlock, people will mix up, crowd will be there, and etc. And again, there is possibility of spread of corona. So if you observe that in the period of corona, in the period of strict corona, he has declared number of schemes so that people will get some assistance from government. And for example, I have given number of examples such in my paper. For these efforts, even US President Donald Trump and UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, they also appreciated Modi. Even World Health Organization also appreciated Modi's efforts to contain coronavirus. The Finance Minister of India, Nirmala Sitharaman, with support of Modi, in response to pandemic lockdown, announced relief packages for the benefit of people in informal sectors. In brief, this includes doubling of ration entitlement, free entitlements free of cost to the beneficiaries under the National Food Security Act 2013. That is number of such schemes I can give you. Jana Dhana Yojana, that is paying directly 500 to bank accounts of female customers, disbursing pension amount of rupees 1000 for coming 3 months to the widow, old persons, and persons with disabilities, etc. In this way, government has also announced free liquefied petroleum gas cylinders for months to beneficiaries of Ujjwal Yojana. Same manners, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, and we can go ahead a little because time is given very less, and wage earners below rupees 15,000 per month in business having less than 100 workers are at risk of losing their employment. Under this package, government proposes to pay 24% of their monthly wages into their PF accounts for next 3 months. In the manner people, 3
Ma'am, please come
crores,
to conclusion. Ma'am, please.
etc. It's a number of schemes I have given. Even in addition to that, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, even for housing loans, loan moratorium extension is given. Are you hearing me, all of you?
Yes, ma'am, and please conclude.
Yeah,
Conclude
no
your.
moratorium extension. It indicates that Modi has given some relief to the people who have borrowed homes on loan. Okay, so this gives relief to the people, borrowers, and then relaxation of income tax return compilation, relaxation to provident fund. Such schemes are there. Number of schemes, and the reduction in TDS rates, percentage of contribution to provident fund, that is they have given choice to you can reduce the provident fund amount so that you can get money for utilization, etc. So such schemes we can refer in these various schemes. Then repo rate reduction by RBI. Repo rate is also reduced by RBI. So RBI is ultimately managed by government. Even rate of interest they are also decreased in the period of corona. So in this way our prime minister Modi has taken very good initiative in handling the corona, and therefore there may be some lacuna, some there may be drawbacks. Some people may not get the benefits of these packages, but we can say that he has got success in his running the government and tackling the corona situation. In this way, I am what you can say ending my paper, and thank you for giving you such opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you,
No,
ma'am,
then.
for your presentation. Now, I am directly to serial number 12, Mr. Tamboli, sir, Amul Tamboli, sir, because the others participants are not in our meeting room. So, uh, Mr. Amul Tamboli, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm not able to share the screen.
Okay, let me check first. No problem. Yeah. Sir, you are co-host and you can share your PPT. Okay, let me stop my PPT. Now you can share.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. Press F5 and continue.
Okay. Okay. First of all, good evening to one and all. And respected management of SPDM College, Principal Dr. Patel sir and Dinesh Bhakkar sir and entire management for giving us opportunity to present this work. I will make very precise my review paper, which is on an important skill of reading, like reading, how it is important to the management skills. So when I'm talking about management skills, it includes life management, it includes professional management also. So during this pandemic, how the changes are there happening into this habit, that is what my major focus here. So management, as we all know, that's an art of getting things from others with ease, and every manager is been having a skill of learning. So if we find out how it is learning, it's a continuous process. It requires knowledge, and how we connect reading to the knowledge, like reading is one of the most important things which gives you knowledge, and it is needless to say the importance of knowledge in our daily life. Okay. Some keywords which I have found down into this article, like soft skills, manager, reading culture, and personality development, which have been defined afterwards. And the major objective which I am aiming at is to study the positive impact of reading habits on individuals at various backgrounds. So it can be a manager, it can be a housewife, it can be an entrepreneur, or it can be anyone. And to review and discuss the current trends in the era of easy internet access and quick learning online audio modules. Here it comes, like even if there are objects like Amazon or Kindle, which have been very popular during the COVID situation, but has it really changed the habits of people, or they are spending their time on say different gamings? All right, that is the reason why government has banned so many gaming applications from China. So introduction is, we all wish to acquire success in our job and life, and reading is the main grasping tool that entire education, like everyone has gone from say small like KG to PG, everyone knows that is the mainstream learning through reading. So internet and social media today are changing this scenario, like the reading habits of individual. So there are a lot of questions which comes to everybody's mind, like do we really read that much, or do we really like reading? Because we restrict ourselves reading only to the textbook most of the time, because some exams are there or some lectures are there like this. So this reading applies, or rather extends, to personal as well as professional readings, which makes various contributions of yours. Now let's talk about famous writers and examples from the management perspective. Every one of us might be knowing Peter Drucker, Philip Kotler, Prahlad, Brian Tracy, who has contributed a lot into the field of management. Reading makes us all rounder, So we have to engage ourselves always into reading something or others. If we look at the various professionals into the businesses, they also reflect the same, like Mr. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk. These are the few examples which always share they have the continuous reading of books during their regular working. Now, even our rich historical people have also talked about the reading, like Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, Swami Vivekanand ji. So these all imparts the benefits which we very well know, like our brain connectivity with the billions of neurons what we are having. It connects properly. It increase our vocabulary and comprehensions. It makes our interpersonal skills good so that we can connect with the people properly, because we have got a lot of opinions, we have got a lot of knowledge with us. It helps in sleep readiness. It reduces stress of absolutely. When we go to the good author's book, when we are stressed, it changes the thinking process and behavior. It lowers our blood pressure also. It helps to fight depressions. It has an cognitive decline at your age also, and it contributes to a longer life because you become healthy rather. Okay, so these are some benefits of reading which we have to tell to all the people which we have come contact. So at the end, conclusion and recommendation, it's a great opportunity for all of us to celebrate events like Reading Motivation Day on the 15th October. Not only for the schools and academicians, I will suggest it to get it celebrated into the industries also. The reason is that because in industry we have team managers who has to manage the various teams, and they need to guide, they need to educate the teams, and they need to tell the basic concepts of the products and services, be it any company, right? So if you read the product and services theory, then you can actually transfer it best into the consumer's mind. And there is an immense contribution from the renowned authors in the field of management, as we have discussed into the earlier part. So the last part, interpersonal skills of a manager who has upper hand in soft skills will always prove to be better than the one who is a little bit low into the soft skills. So in a personal ladder of professional way, a person who is good into the personality development through reading, through acquiring knowledge, through imagination, he will always be at a higher level. So he will have his own opinions, and business people reflects the same. I mean, whatever the examples we have taken right now, it reflects the same. So to make a reading as a part of your daily life if you wish to be successful person or manager, because knowledge will come from this resource only. So these are the various references which I have gone through this for getting
Amol
the
sir,
benefits.
hello.
Yes, yes.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
How can you connect your research paper with the theme of the conference?
Sir, because COVID-19 has make everyone to sit into their home actually. So internet and social media, like I have mentioned Kindles and Amazon gadgets in the beginning. So these probably may have increased the level of reading among students, but it is not so, because in a recent articles which I have read in newspaper, which have shown that the students from the schools, they have kind of an irritation they have generated. Most of the psychologists are telling that during the last 1 year, students have getting this kind of irritation because of this. So their exact percentage or exact transformation of reading is not yet clear. So that was actually I was aiming at.
Thank you, Amol sir. We have 2, 3 more presentation here.
Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Chandan Bora sir, for your kind suggestion. Next presenter, V. Vishwanathan. Serial number 13, V. Vishwanathan. Are you there? You can start your presentation. You are co-host right now. And make it precise because there are 2 more presentations.
Sir, is audible, sir?
Yes, sir, please.
Sir, due to the technical reason, I am not sure PPT, sir.
No problem. Please continue.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Continue.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to thanks Dinesh sir and chairperson and SPDM college for giving a wonderful opportunity to present my view. Sir, good evening to all. Sir, I am working as a teacher in my Pondicherry government school. In my review of abstract, the impact of pandemic COVID-19 is observed in every sector around the world. The education sector of India also as well are badly suffering from this. It has enforced the plan wide look down, creating very bad effect on the students' life. Around 30 crores learners stopped the maneuver schools, colleges, and etc. All educational activities halted in India. Outbreak of COVID-19 has advised us that the change is inevitable. It has worked as a catalyst for the tutorial institution to grow and choose platform and technique which have been used before. After that, as an educationist, I go through these points and discussion due to the COVID-19. What are the children's mental health? That's the point I discussed with you, sir. Actually, this is the indeed unpersons of folks, especially for the youngster who face the huge disruption for their lives. Children are likely to expressing worry, anxiety, and fear that is will include the kind of fears that are very almost like those experienced by the adult, such as a fear dying, a fear their relative dying, a fear of COVID medical treatment. If the schools have closed a part of the necessary measure, then children may not have the sense of structure and the simulation that provided by the environment, and now they have less opportunity to be with their friends and obtain that social support that essential permanently and mental well-being. So being reception can place some children at increased risk of or increased exposure or increased to production the incident or make them witness to interpersonal violence in their house is not a safe place. This is something that is very concerning. Although all children are prescriptive to vary, young children may find the changes have taken place difficult to know. But and both young and older children, many express inability and anger. Children may find that they need to be closer their parents, make more demands on them, and turn some parent or caregivers would also be under undue pressure themselves. Simple strategy which will address this will include giving children the love and the spotlight they have to resolve their fears and being honest with children, explaining what happening during a way that they will understand. Albeit they are young, children are very prescriptive and can model the way respond to their carriers. Parents also got to be supported in managing their own stresses in order that they will be model for the children, helping the children to seeking out ways to persist themselves through creative activities and providing structure within the day, if that possible, though establishing routines. Particularly if they are not going to school anymore, can be beneficial. Mental health and the psychological support service should be in this situation, and the child protections service got to be adopted to make sure the care remains available for the youngster and family who need it. So this is the problem we are identifying, sir. Due to the time duration,
Yes.
I
Please
make the
conclude.
conclusion, sir.
Yes.
Economically underprivileged children are particularly susceptible to exploitation of the abuse. Children quarantined are high risk for developing higher risk for mental health related challenges. There is a recruitment to ameliorate the children, the adolescent access to the psychological state services by using both face-to-face, also the digital platform. For this collaborative network of World's psychologists, then community volunteers and NGOs are required. There is a requirement to telepsychological state compatibility and be accessible to the general public at large. This would be crucial to stop during the post-pandemic mental challenge within the most vulnerable and unprivileged section of the society. The focus of the healthcare system and policy making should be prevention, promotion, and intervention, like the general public psychological state system, to satisfy the psychological state needs of the population at large of the talking the regional conjunctural parameter under consideration. Thank you, sir, for giving a wonderful opportunity for me to sharing my experience about the student mental health. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, serial number 15, Mahesh Bhavsar, sir. Sir, you can share your presentation and
okay, sir. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Just a moment, sir, please. Is it okay, sir?
Yes, sir. And try to be precise.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So my topic is overview on cloud computing for management studies. The role of ICT has become stronger, especially in the academic sector, offering professional courses like MBA, MMS, hotel management, PBA, etc. The concept of cloud computing has extended its wings in almost every working area influenced by information technology. With a vital role of ICT in educational sector, cloud computing concept has become a popular strategy for the academic institution to meet their necessities. In present scenario, more of the management institutions are inclined towards acquiring cloud computing concept as a major option to their existing IT procedures. The present paper describes the role of cloud computing in management institutions, its evolving position, functioning, and opportunities in management educational sector. Further, this paper presents the level of performance and the kind of applications of cloud resources and services which are used by the management stream faculties and students. The this diagram shows what is the meaning of cloud computing. The cloud computing in the education sector, the management institutes no longer have the heavy expense of dealing firsthand with their data storage and can instead apply their limited resources to purchasing effective digital e-learning resources. For the students, cloud computing supports real-time group effort wherever you are in the world. Skype, Twitter, WhatsApp, Zoom, etc. are just a few of the tools students use to learn, share, and reinforce their learning. And with high university cost, cloud-based distance learning programs are set to become an every increasingly popular alternatives. Cloud computing will become an increasingly important part of the way you store, access, manage your teaching resource and data. Virtual education in now situation, just to introduce how the cloud deserves the place in our current education institution, it's important to repeat the education philosophy. It's essence to knowledge. It's this knowledge which brings advancement, achievement, and success. However, there are several things which make these parameters unachievable. In direct language, this is failure. In small classrooms, lack of resources, shortened staff, lack of adequate teacher, the list of endless. One way or other hand, cloud computing can be utilized to improve education standards and activities. The end result will be controlled the above problem and instead improve performance. Improve group efforts and assignments working. The process is not only efficient for time-saving qualities, but it also promotes understanding in students who are not great with face-to-face tutoring or discussion group. As a result, more progress can be recorded among the students compared to scenarios where traditional methods apply. In last, my conclusion is cloud computing became the most effective means of delivering higher education services, especially for the management disciplines. I have tried to present various techniques to overcome the barriers which existed in the traditional method of the management education in today's world, where entrepreneurs are very much focused on the economic friendly products and services. Cloud computing has proved to be a milestone with paperless working, cost effective and long-term use of stored data. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. This is my references.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your presentation. I think this list is completed And we have one more presentation from technical session first, Dr. L. Rama Mohan Reddy sir. And this is the last presentation. And participant, I am afraid to announce that we have wind up the valedictory session. And after this presentation and after the words of our technical session chairman, I will conclude the our meeting and this conference. Okay. L. Rama Reddy sir, are you there? You can present your presentation. Due to technical issue, he could not present his presentation in the first session. Dr. L. Rama Reddy sir, you are co-host right now. You can unmute yourself. Sir, please.
పరస్పరం ఆనందం వ్యక్తం చేస్తున్న తండ్రి కూతుళ్లతో మా ప్రతినిధి ఫేస్ టు ఫేస్.
ఏపీ స్టేట్ పోలీస్ డ్యూటీ మీటర్ ప్రారంభమైంది.
Dr. L. Rama Mohan Reddy.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please start.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and be precise.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, please continue with your presentation.
Okay, sir. One minute, sir. How to this will stop the other screen? You do not want.
Okay, sir. I have stopped my sharing. You can share.
Okay.
And please be precise.
Okay. Sir, visible my screen, sir?
Not now, but yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Okay, sir. Good evening to all, sir. Good evening to all of you, sir. Sir, my name is L. Rama Mohan Reddy, Department of Mathematics. My topics in my paper title is in the presence of continuous heat and mass flux aligned magnetic field effect on unsteady MHD natural convection flow of a chemically reacting radiative and dissipative fluid past a porous vertical plate. Abstract, in the presence of heat generation and porous media, the slip flow effects on unsteady hydromagnetic flow over a stretching surface with thermal radiation are studied. Using transformation of...
Sir, due to time concern, directly come to findings and conclusion.
Okay, sir. This is my paper abstract, sir.
Yes, sir. We can.
This is introduction of my paper.
Yes, sir.
Sir, this is formulation of the problem, sir.
No problem. Continue, sir, on findings and conclusion.
Okay. This is method of solution, sir. This is result and discussion, sir. The effects of the various physical parameters on the fluid velocity, fluid temperature, and fluid concentration are shown through graphs when epsilon equal to 0.01, t equal to 1, and w equal to 2. From the figures 1 to 11, it is observed that fluid velocity increases by increasing the Grashof number, GR, and the heat transfer modified Grashof number, and the Eckart number, and the heat source parameter are permeability parameter. It's decreasing by increasing the radiation parameter or the Hamilton number. This is from figure 1 shows that velocity increases for increasing values of GR. This figure shows that velocity increases for increasing values of GC. Figure 3 shows that velocity decreases for increasing values of Q. Figure 4 shows that velocity increases for increasing values of V. From figure shows that velocity increases for increasing values of K. Figure 6 shows that velocity decreases for increasing values of R. Figure 7 shows that velocity increases for decreases for increasing values of HA.
Sir, please show your conclusion. Please show
Okay,
your
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. These are conclusions. In the presence of chemical reaction and radiation impact of the unstable magnohydrodynamic free convection heat and mass transfer flow past a moving vertical porous plate embedded in a porous medium is studied. Using transformation of similarities, the governing partial differential equations are reduced to a system of similar equations. The resulting equations, together with the shooting technique, are then solved numerical techniques using by fourth order RK method. The effects of velocity, temperature, and concentration of the governing physical parameters, as well as skin friction coefficients, a number of Nusselt and a number of Sherwood, and computed the presented of the in graphical table forms, compared or carried out with previously published work, and the conclusions are found to be in excellent agreement. These are the references. Thank you, sir, giving me this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Let me share my.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, all the participants, for your presentation. Now I request our technical session chairman, Dr. Chandan Bora sir, to conclude the session and express his remark.
Thank you, Dr. Bakkad. I will not take much time, but some of the papers are very good as far as presentation is concerned and content is concerned. Some of the papers are of very general nature, but in some of the papers there is very good research and that may be helpful. One of the paper of which is related with mutual fund, it was very good paper, and but Mr. Harwani forgot to tell that mutual funds are subject to risk, what I believe.
I'm extremely sorry for that, sir.
No problem. Just
Yes, sir.
I'm sharing, and your paper was very good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Dr.
much.
D.K. Das, his paper was also related with the tribal students and problem. As I'm teaching in one of the universities, which is tribal, located at tribal area, I found it really good paper. And there are other papers also which are very relevant as far as the theme is concerned. Thank you very much, and best wishes to all of you. Thank you, Dr. Bakkad, for inviting me, and organizers for inviting me for the conference. I will not take much of your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable time during the session. It is 5:20 right now, and sir has continuously with us since last 1.5 hours. Our organizing committee has decided to felicitate our technical session chairman through virtual recognition for sharing their valuable time and knowledge. As we gathered here virtually, we can't offer you memento bouquet, so this is our small token of love. I request Dr. Chandan Bora sir to kindly accept the same. Sir, this is our certificate of recognition for you, and it is requested you to kindly accept the same. We will shortly email the same.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bora sir, and I am also thankful our earlier technical session chairman, Dr. Gosavi sir, Professor Gosavi sir, who have already with us since 3 o'clock. Participant, as we know, this conference is inaugurated by Honorable Dr. Satish Ji Deshpande sir in the morning, and with the chairmanship of our principal, Dr. S.N. Patel sir. So I am thankful to both of them, as well as I am thankful to all the session chairmen, Professor Dr. Sarode sir, Professor Shubda Kulkarni madam, Professor NB Gosavi sir, Dr. Chandan Bora sir for handling all the session very well. Last but not least, I am thankful all the participants for their huge support, huge presentation, for their good participation and good presentation. With this, I think we can conclude with the permission of chairman and with the permission of our principal. We excuses the valedictory session too, and now our conference is closed with this remark. Thank you, Bora sir, once again. Thank you, Dr. Gosavi sir, Professor Gosavi sir. Thank you, one and all. Your certificate will be emailed to you within 3 days, and the result of the best presentation will be declared on WhatsApp group in evening.